everybody, and welcome to Gary Does Gaming, in fact. Live from Oak Hill Works. How are we all doing? I hope you are well. We are joined tonight in Railroads Online by Linny.
Hello.
And Paul.
Hello.
And Adam, who's not here right now.
I'm here. Hello.
Oh, you are back. Excellent. Welcome back, Adam.
Yeah. I'm a professional.
We are playing Railroads Online, and in theory, everyone is online. Hopefully.
I am online. I'm just running around.
Excellent. So, Railroads Online,
get back to my engine.
For those that don't know, is a railway simulator based around 19th century American 3-foot gauge industrial railways. You start with basically nothing, not even track or anything, and have to build everything yourself. This is a world that me and Linny have been working on for about a month now, give or take. And, you know, we want more people to come and play it, because that's how you get things done, is more people. So we opened it up. There comes Paul jumping down the train. This is my train for the evening. Nutley, a rather nice climax, with 15 wagons and a caboose. And there is Adam getting the whistle going.
The line ahead of you will be clear shortly. I'm just getting number 2 Crowborough on its way.
And so there you have that. We will have Crowborough coming through soon. So how is everyone this evening out there in YouTube land? And more importantly, how is the quality of the stream coming through? Because I've not done a gaming stream before. It's a bit weird. Oh, and let's not forget hydration is important.
The stream looks good quality from here.
Yeah.
That is what I like to hear.
Seems to be running quite well on my end as well.
Quite well, thanks, Gary. I hope 22 is going well. It is going very well, thank you, Killian. I have spent most of it playing this game. Quality is great. Quality seems superb to me. Excellent. That is what I like to hear. So yeah, this world is available for people to join. In theory, if you're on my Discord server, the details are actually in there that you could join in and play this evening if you wanted to. And here comes Linny in the Linny train. And good evening, Alexander. How are you? I hope you are well, and Happy New Year, of course. Yes. I'm going to jump back onto my train so that we can whistle to Linny as Linny goes past.
Well, I can just use a floating past and go by. Oh, the train has finally spawned in.
Yeah, I'm stood on the train and it's a bit glitchy for me.
Yeah, I can see you stood on the train. I was like, hang on a
And for
second.
me as well, but it's all good.
Oh.
Yes. There's Linny goes.
And there comes Linny
Which ends?
in Crowborough. With a train loaded with cordwood and beans.
Beans.
No, beams, not beans.
Tins of beans,
Barely
yes.
baked beans.
And some planks on the end. Right, so if that line is clear, that means we can go and change our points.
Yep, and your mainline points are set right through to, in fact, possibly to the smelter. I'm not sure.
I don't want to go to the smelter, I want to go to the sawmill. So you can
Well,
all
you'll have to
start
change-
to
yeah.
discover what the world looks like. We'll take a quick stop before we run off and show you here. This is the
Thank you to
logging
whoever set the
camp.
points at the end.
That was me. So this is where you collect cordwood
So I'm to
And-
blame you for me falling over.
logs from. No, I set the points properly for you. If someone else changed them, that wasn't me. And there we have a small loco depot. Here we've got a water tower. And we can collect firewood because these are all wood-burning engines. But that is really it for here. So, people that are coming with me, get on the train and let's go.
Or Eureka's fallen over.
Let's
That's fine.
run away
Eventually.
before we're conscripted
Before we
in to
realise
help
it.
re-rail it.
Let's run away before we're given a job.
And here we go, we are off. And I am hoping the game volume and my voice are set about right. I did try and test it out earlier. Please do let me know if I need to change something. Come up here, out of the logging camp, up a reasonably sharp incline and straight into a descent. At which point we'll want to kill the regulator or the train will run away on us. There we go, and now it's nice and quiet again. And we are joined in the cab by Adam. Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Oh, I was waiting for you to ring the bell
got
when I saw it was you coming.
I got stuck in the caboose for a while. Like, I couldn't open the door at the back end, and I couldn't get out of the door on the front end.
Just stuck walking in circles for the caboose.
Well, for some reason, I had to be to the side of the door to pass through it, which wasn't a problem yesterday, but today it is.
Just standing in the middle so I can see the entire train, just in case.
Oh, I can see why you would think that's an advantage after yesterday.
Yes.
Well, as long as you look at both ends of it, so I end up leaving half of it behind.
First point is set where we want it, is the second. Because here we have our first stop, which is the sawmill where we will be loading our train. No, that is not set where we want it.
Are you
So
stopping and backing up, or...?
No, we've not got to it. I'm stopping and setting the point properly. It's much easier to see these point levers from further away when it's not, for some reason, feeling like it's going to be snow. Can't imagine what encouraged them to do that. You know, we're going downhill. We don't need lots of regulator.
It's off now. Sounded better with it on.
Just grabbing a few screenshots while I can.
Good plan, because I hear there's no
No.
video footage of this run.
Oh.
Oh, because you're on this pre-stream chat.
No, we're very much. I can see my live preview next to me. We are definitely where we're meant to be. It's good because it means if I do derail again, I can watch it on my lives on the screen, and then I can look on the preview and watch it happen all over again.
Ooh. We stop. Which set of these cranes are we stopping at?
The furthest set. So we want the loco and the tender. There is no tender. It's a tank engine to go just past the platform.
Okay.
Would someone mind setting me the route from the logging camp straight through to the smelter, please? Which should just be one set of
Yes, it
points?
is just one set of points to change.
So now we fill the wagons up with beans and planks.
Yes, beans and planks. We want 4 of planks, then 4 of beans. And I am going to set those points for you, Linny.
I
Thank
just
you.
got the wagon in the right place. I thought I'd overshot it.
So yes, as you can see in YouTube land, it's a very comprehensive, you have to do literally everything sort of game. Which is great for
Yeah.
multiplayer.
At least you don't have to crank the cranes. Just click on them.
Well, yeah. It would be nice if you could do it once and that be it. Was that
Yeah,
you
just load
whistling,
it on.
Linny? Your point is set.
It was. Thank you.
How far away are you?
Just coming off the main line now.
Yeah.
I won't stand here and wait for you to pass then. These are my wagons of logs ready to refill the sawmill, which is empty at the minute, but the engine's in use doing something else. So as long as we've still got things to load, it's fine.
I've got to creep forwards a bit.
Yep, just creep forward and there's 2
Oh,
wagons.
didn't realise he's loading up a wagon behind us.
Well, the cranes are here to do it.
No.
I didn't know you wanted both sets loading.
Yeah, so 4 of planks, then 4 of cans of beans.
Right.
No. And then is it 1 of planks and the rest beans?
Yeah,
Beans, but
there's a whistle. And there goes Linny past in the distance off down to the smelter, which is where we shall be heading. Well, in fact, we'll head straight past the smelter once we are done here. Because we are going to go visit a mine where these supplies we're loading up will be needed.
Want to jump in and I'll tell you when to stop it?
I mean, I can do.
And
Hopefully
we'll
the
get
points
some
are
of the
okay.
we'll get some of the fun track. Yeah, the points are where you want them.
Oh yes, the fun track that I realise I haven't actually tried Crowborough on yet.
No.
That's going to be good.
With its long coupled wheelbase, this should be fun.
That'll do.
Right, so when
Right,
need to
stop.
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 I'll stop now.
Yeah.
For the benefit of YouTube, the fun track is what I affectionately refer to as the roller coaster.
Their pony
It's
trucks
not
are
my
not
fault we
needed.
had to gain a lot of altitude in not much length.
I think it's a great name for it, and I think it lives up to that name beautifully.
I think it does.
I
There
think if you
may
had a
be
set-
a rebuilding of it.
If you had a set of points that launched Betsy into like a buffer stop that did a loop, I think you'd nail it.
I wouldn't put it past the physics in this game.
The physics in this game are beautifully weird.
They are. There is the chatbot reminding
yes.
everyone to smash that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, etc. Or, if you never want to see me playing games on stream again, smash the dislike button. You are more than welcome to do so.
Oh yes, the physics that led to the Pine Valley space program.
Yes.
I love the Pine Valley space program. It's my favorite space program.
I'm sure people
The benefits
will,
of
yeah, I'm sure people will want to see it later, so we might have to have a
Demonstration.
A demonstration.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
the word.
Demonstration.
And good evening, paddleboard. How are you? I hope you are well.
So that's
Good
this
evening,
keep the
Paderborn.
wagons
Welcome.
loaded. We can get the next lot in.
Yes, Trelon Musk can make an appearance.
Tree long
That
musk.
that's an interesting place to be saying good evening there, Paul.
I know. I have to make my chat appearance at least once.
Oh, I thought you were going to move the train, Paul.
Oh, is that my duty?
Well, you were heading straight for it.
Yeah, I assumed you were as well.
Oh, well then.
Come to a clear understanding with the signaller.
Welcome back from dinner,
Do-do-do.
Christopher. I hope your dinner was good. You join us with slightly more track than when you were playing earlier. We have Paul, Linny and Adam playing with us this evening. That one that you are stood on wants to stay empty for now, Adam.
Oh.
That will want to be a load
Okay.
of planks.
Are you going to shout at Paul when to stop then?
I can do.
Yeah. I was just going to ride the first wagon until it got towards a crane.
So that first empty one wants to be a load of planks, so it wants to get past here. Was indeed excellent. Glad to hear it, Christopher. You've got another half a wagon length-ish to go.
Alright.
And a quarter.
That'll do it, won't it? It'll load it. I think.
We appear to be moving backwards. I'm assuming that's the couplers letting off some slack. That
Yeah, it's hit a hill.
That should be okay.
Right, it should be
Find out.
okay.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
Highly
Good to
skilled
know.
crane operators are working away.
Highly something, anyway.
I'm afraid the roller coaster may need rebuilding at some point. Because when it was built, we didn't have cabooses, and the caboose has a very, very tall lamp that scrapes some of the paint off the bottom of the bridges.
It does
Yeah,
rather,
but
doesn't it?
it passes through so long as you're not stood on top of it.
So now we should be able to bring
Yeah.
the train forward so that this one can be loaded with planks.
Right.
Little over a wagon length then. I'll do it this time if you want.
Okay. Have fun.
I will. Just tell me when. I'll give you a whistle when I'm setting off if I remember.
It's always the most awkward part of it, that remembering to whistle.
Oh, and it's going backwards.
It's on a hill.
It had the regulator open quite far. There we go. Oh, and it's stopped. I think we're
going
having
so
this
well.
problem again. Where it's not doing anything.
Just give it a big jerk on the regulator up to 100% and it should start.
Oh.
Is the reverser set
Happy.
backwards?
No, it's set to run forwards, but it's at 90% for. The wheels are spinning forwards, but we're going backwards.
Excellent.
Bring it to a halt with the brakes, and then try again. If it starts wheel slipping, you won't get any grip by just...
It is just going backwards.
Sander?
Oh, sure. Does that work?
I think so.
Right, so what it's going to be that we've got no pressure.
Ah, we have no fuel. Oh, that was the same problem we had yesterday as well.
Yeah.
No smoke without fire.
Oh, there was. It
No
looked like
steam
there was-
either.
Nah.
There we go. We now have a
100%.
firebox full of wood.
Well, you've shown how realistic the game is, that
Yeah,
you actually have to have fuel and water for anything to happen. And you
which
have to put
reminds
it in
me, no,
yourself.
it's fine. We are fine with water. We're not out of that.
Good, because most of the stream would be taken up with trying to get this under a water tap, wouldn't it?
Oh, what towers are a royal pain.
They're not the easiest thing, but I think I've got them mostly down.
I really do hate the water towers in this game. With a burning fiery passion.
I object more to the sand towers. Not that you have to use them very often, but they are really hard to line up.
I have
They
so
are
far
also very
never
hard.
used one, so I can't comment.
They're more finicky than the water towers, and I don't think they have the same amount of side-to-side swing either.
Sounds fun.
Sounds
Build
fun if you're
zero
a
boiler pressure.
masochist.
But water temperature's going up slowly.
That's a good
Yay,
start.
we are boiling water.
I like my driving position.
It's great, isn't it, the position it puts you in to drive this. See, I never drive in that mode, so I never have that problem.
I tend to open the window where possible and lean out so that I can look along the track and operate the controls through the window. But I don't think the climax lets you do that. I think you have to stand in a doorway.
Well, I don't know if it's the same on Gary's screen, but I'm sort of hanging off the side of the bunker.
Oh no, you're stood in the cab on my screen.
Oh, for me, I'm covering over the end of Nutley.
You are stood
the roof
in the
ain't
cab,
button.
but you are sort of just facing sideways, looking out the window.
We have 9 boiler pressure now, 11,
I
13.
quite often stand like this as I'm driving, which of course is a great place to stand.
I found
the
out
way
that
all
the
the
roof vent
professionals do it.
opens.
Make sure you remember to turn your headlamps on as well before you go anywhere.
No.
Do
With
these
the
ones turn on?
generator.
Oh
the
yeah, this
generator.
one's a generator,
It's the handle to
isn't
the
it?
left of the boiler.
But
There we go.
doing that uses steam pressure.
We don't have steam, so let's turn that off. Oh, I did hear it whistle as the generator
Yes,
turned on and off.
that was a rather satisfying generator noise, wasn't it?
There we go, got enough.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
that's a
enough
mech.
pressure to move.
Tell me when we need me to stop. I'll slow it down a little.
You're getting close. You've only got a couple more wagon lengths to go.
Bit further.
Yeah, keep going. Got another wagon length to go. Right, that'll do.
Okay.
Can load that one.
I might as well stay down here because it's only
Load
one
that
wagon,
one.
isn't it?
See, the one thing I wish they'd change on this is that you could just press the crane once and it load the whole wagon.
I know.
Yeah, that's just not here. Exactly. You can tell my laptop's streaming again. It's getting warm to the touch.
You can tell, we can't.
Well, yeah, I can
No.
tell. You know what I mean. I don't do English proper.
No.
Well, not modern English anyway.
I don't do Old English particularly well these days. It's an awkward one. You learn the language and it's like, well, there's no one to talk to in the language because no one else speaks it. See, this is going to drop the beam, but it should load this one. This is one of the joys of early access games. Yeah. But you look at its position, and it should have fallen onto that wagon.
I think it's actually falling onto the top plank of the next one, so you'll need to step back slightly.
No, we can go forward slightly. We've got another crane.
Do you want me to move forward?
Are we ready
Yeah,
to
well,
move forwards? We are ready to move forwards.
Right,
If you do
tell
it
me
really slowly, I should be able to load this last one whilst you move.
Have you loaded it?
It is just swinging round now. No, you went backwards as far as you've gone forwards, and it missed.
Did I?
And
No.
Too fast. Stop.
Use the other crane, Gary.
I stopped. Do you need me to go backwards?
There
a
we
little?
go. No, we are. That one is loaded. So now you're coming forward 2 wagon lengths, and that will be the last 2 that we need to load.
I'll set you a road through on the smelter then, shall I?
Oh, that's very nice of you.
That would be very kind. Right. 1 more wagon length. 3/4, half, 1/4, and that'll do.
Route set at the smelter. Enjoy the roller coaster.
Thank you.
Thank you muchly.
Did you manage to get this up the roller coaster yesterday, or not?
No, I got it up there today. From my last crash, before we logged off yesterday, I got it all back on the track, and then pulled away, the coupling broke, and most of the train rolled all the way down.
no.
At least it mostly stayed on the track.
So I had to start again from the smelter. Can you come
Into
back
your
slightly?
Reverse it a little
Yeah.
bit, sure. Maybe get back to the controls. So just ease off the lift brake. How much? Is that far
That'll
enough?
do,
Should do.
that'll do.
Yeah, stop.
There we go, we're loaded.
Yes.
The
Now you
train
can go
is now
forward.
fully... No, the train will be reversing out of here. I'm going to go...
Oh, yes.
I'm going to go check all the points. You are welcome to start bringing the train backwards.
I'm
Slowly,
pushing it
so that
backwards that way.
Yes, slowly, so that we don't derail on the curve.
Okay, I will... What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Well, now that you mention it, you could derail on the curve.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading backwards as you requested. Under pure gravity.
And I take it that the engine on the ore train will want its fire lit while I'm here.
Suppose so.
Oh, there's the
So
bolt
that you can have some
advertising my
pressure.
Twitter. Points are set. I have caught up to the train and I'm at the caboose.
Are we going fully around the loop in reverse?
We are... The caboose is almost all the way round.
Oh, right. So it is in its nice festive colour scheme.
Yes.
It's very festive.
It's a shame
Isn't
they
it
didn't put fairy
wonderfully
lights on the
festive?
reef.
It is, isn't it?
With little reefs and everything.
we've got a green light up the top just to add to that festiveness.
Whichever caboose I was using on the iron ore train, I just set all the lights to green. Once I figured out that I could change them.
So you made yours extra festive then?
Yeah.
So you see, there was no need to do a tour of the sawmill because there's nothing here. It's just a loop of track. If you get a nice long train like this, you can drive it round in circles and pretend you're playing with your Hornby train set on the floor in your slippers.
Nah.
I refuse to admit that that's how I spent Christmas Day.
No.
Was it with a nice little Hornby 040, or did you get something fancy out?
Right, the back of the train is now heading uphill, so if you start to slow down, you might need to add a little bit of regulator. I am stood by the points, ready to switch them.
Oh, so I'll be heading forwards and to the right once we're past the points.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Just an idea, would be useful to use whistle codes, i.e. 2 for forwards, 3 for backing up. You are quite correct, Christopher. The problem is, most of the people aren't in things with whistles. We were actually discussing this the other day. It'd be rather helpful if the caboose had a whistle in it so you could communicate with your guards.
The whistle's quite fiddly to use, I find.
That's because you're in F mode.
I can drag it up and down, but I mean, you can't get anything particularly satisfying noises from it.
That's because you're in F mode.
I can quill the whistle quite happily in F mode.
Yeah.
Right, you are clear of the points. They are changed. I can't ride the front of this one. Oh, maybe I can. Let's see.
Are you going to try it?
I am.
Okay.
Nope. It let me step up onto the front of the train, but then left me behind when it started moving.
Do you want to
Well,
drive
I've
it, or
got
do you want to
some
jump in the
caboose.
caboose, Gary?
I'm happy either way.
Well, it's your stream. Would you like to drive it?
If the viewers want to see me drive, I will drive. And I can drive it down the roller coaster in a minute. Looks like Stream wants me to drive.
Okay. It's all yours. I'll go stand towards the back and make sure we haven't lost anything. The caboose is still there, at least.
That's a good start.
No. So this is roughly where we lost our first wagon.
Yes, so when I found that wagon, I can't believe we didn't manage to pick it up because it was placed, it was perched just on the side of the on the right-hand side of the track at the entrance to this bridge. So close that I hit it as I drove past it.
That is quite funny.
And yet somehow when we were re-railing the train, we never noticed it there.
No. So it's just in that little dip there.
In here, where the loco's just
Oh.
passing now.
So down this little ravine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've turned the regulator off because we are rapidly approaching the roller coaster, where we will have to stop and pin down some brakes. And ideally, turning the regulator off there, the train should bring itself to a stop just in the right place. Not that I've done this one too many times or anything.
Ah, but you see, what Gary doesn't know is I've changed the track plan since last time.
What, of the roller coaster?
No, not yet.
Well,
there is a
we're
bit
all
that I
right
will
then.
be fixing.
Yeah, the flat spot,
Yeah.
which is the point where we are most likely to have trouble. So that metal bridge we see ahead of us is the roller coaster. So just as we approach that, we want to stop the train, pin down lots of brakes, and be ready to coast down.
Every fourth one again.
It is every fourth wagon, and then the caboose at 50%.
I mean, if you've got someone riding in the caboose, it can often be helpful for them to apply and release the caboose brakes a bit to moderate your speed.
All that needs to be done is the caboose brake.
Oh, you've done the caboose brake, have you?
No, I haven't.
So that
I'm
the
on it
caboose
now.
normally runs at 25%, but
But you want it at 50.
at 50 for this.
Well, you've got 51%. I'm sure that won't cause any issues.
That'll do.
Because, I mean, it's because my screen cuts off the exact numbers, so if you want to be precise, it's best if someone else does it.
So I need
Oh,
to
we're
give...
moving again.
We are moving again.
Never-
I should
you
remember
never
to go.
would.
Was
My
that good enough
immersion's
for
complete.
you?
Yeah, my immersion's complete again.
Excellent.
No.
So, if you look at this bridge ahead of us, you should start to see why it's called the roller coaster.
It be curvy.
But not very fast.
Yet.
It will not be very fast. I intend on staying on the track.
I will let you know that I have been down it on a handcart at full regulator and no brakes.
Did you have a 16 wagon train behind you in that handcart?
No, and I also had a much lower centre of gravity than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Creepy. I'm just seeing Paul slowly shuffle towards me. Or is this a graphical glitch and I'm just seeing someone shuffle? Oh no, it is Paul.
I'm only on the second wagon.
Oh, in which case this is a glitch because you're back at the start of the bridge for me, along with bits of the locomotive.
No.
Not the headlamp
Excellent.
and the door for me.
Well, it's not like we need the headlamp. I'm not using it because that requires steam to run the generator.
I turned it on because it looked pretty.
Oh, okay then. We are using it and we'll have to keep an eye on the fire and water and boiler pressure and stuff. So yes, here we
Then
go
down the
round the
first
first loop of the roller coaster. Which, provided Linny hasn't actually changed it, is 3 loops long. A train that is almost long enough to go under itself.
Then he is considering a slightly less loopy route, having
Uh,
done some surveying.
I wouldn't be standing on the roof of the caboose as we go under that bridge, if I were you.
I am on top of the caboose. I expect to be knocked off.
You will be. I got knocked off yesterday because I did it. So there we have more loops ahead of us.
Wonder if I can jump over it. Yep, get knocked off. Oh dear.
No.
We're going to apply a bit of brake now.
I mean, the jump animation is about right for doing a long jump over the bridge.
It is,
It didn't let me
yes.
jump. It didn't let me do a high jump over. But I am now back to the train.
Looking ahead and
Excellent.
seeing your own caboose doesn't look right. No, you're quite right, Paderborn. It's a funny one, that, isn't it? It's a good job we're not running at East Coast mainline speeds.
Or with tilting train.
Get really scary looking ahead and seeing your own caboose if you did that. Welcome.
Hello.
I thought you
I
were
did a
up
long
there.
jump through the front of the cab.
So yeah, coming down the roller coaster is very much a game of regulating your speed with the brake. Especially on this last loop where there is a flat spot that puts quite a bit of strain on the couplings, and you can pull trains off if you go round too fast.
I know, I'll fix it.
And what you don't want is to pull your train off.
Look, I've said I'll fix it. You don't have to remind me every 6 months.
No.
I did for a while leave a derailed wagon at the bottom there to remind Linny to do it. And then I accidentally picked it up yesterday.
Look,
And
do you
remember,
want this
kids,
route built or not?
I do. But remember, hydration is important.
Speaking of, how is your water level in your engine?
And look, just here, this is the flat spot here, you can see.
Yep.
And if I look back, you'll see the wagons go quite far over and do quite a bit of dancing as we go onto the flat spot. Water in the engine is almost full.
Is this train heading straight to the smelter?
Straight to the mine.
To the mine?
Yes.
Yeah. But it goes past the smelter.
We go
doesn't it?
past the smelter and straight up the mountain to the mine.
Okay, when we get to the smelter, do you want me to jump off, unload the iron ore train and follow you up?
There won't be enough for you to do another iron ore collection. But you are welcome to do that. The smelter will also need some cordwood unless Linny's already done it.
Linny's on that.
Take it Eureka made it down the roller coaster okay?
Yep. All good.
Even over the flat spot.
Yeah.
Quite impressive because we had the mogul doing it yesterday, and I don't think the pony truck was ever on the rails.
No, it wasn't, was it?
No. I think that's more of a graphical error than anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I think what it is the pony truck is swinging the wrong way. So when it's supposed to turn left, it's turning right, visually.
Right, Groombridge is warming up. Linton, I will go and double check. And Crowborough is shunting cordwood.
And so here we are approaching the smelter. We are now down the roller coaster.
Please remember to keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Drivers can hang out on top of the wagons with reckless abandon.
Oh, I fell off the train.
Oh dear. You're back
What
on.
does it about
I am
keeping all
back
arms
on.
and legs inside the vehicle at all
You have
times?
set a route, haven't you, Linny?
I have. You are going straight through.
Excellent, thank you.
I'll
You're
just
welcome.
Excellent, and then load it.
Okay, enjoy playing with your loco.
Got to remember the route out.
Lynn is here to help you, so you'll be fine.
Anyway, the Eureka is a very good looking locomotive.
It's
It really
gorgeous,
is.
isn't it?
It's gorgeous, just not very powerful.
So this is our smelter. We'll be coming back here.
And I think they have buffed it recently, so it's a little more practical.
So we have a smelter to load up with metal made, iron products made by the iron ore from the mine where we're going, as well as on the other side dropping everything off to do that. And on this side of us we have a loco depot with my mogul currently sat at the firewood platform with its cylinder cocks going. And just a little two-road shed here.
I thought it would be pretty.
Copenhagen Train World 2, approaching Lewis in class 66. Excellent. Good to see we're not the only ones playing trains this evening.
And then up the mountain we go.
Yes. Now that we've come all the way down, we need to go all the way up.
Again, I have a plan to deal with that.
Why do we just get the image of Baldrick's then of your cunning plan?
I wouldn't call it cunning.
So it's just a plan.
That it is.
N-
I mean-
Mind out, I need to come back onto my train there.
That's fine. Do I need to back mine up to clear? Yes,
Don't
I
think
need to
so.
revert. Well, which line are you heading to?
The one with the 3 cordwood wagons.
I would be backing up. That looks rather
Yes,
tight.
I do need to reverse if you're going to those.
The new plan to deal with that sounds like the intro to a supervillain movie.
Mm.
Are you secretly a supervillain, Linny? So cunning, you can put a tail on it and call it a fox. So how cunning is your plan, Linny?
Oh, very.
Is it as
No.
is it as cunning as a fox that's just been made Professor of Cunning at Oxford University?
It is. The amount of cunning is large enough that it is a large amount of cunning with wall-to-wall carpeting, 24-hour porterage, and a neon sign on the roof reading, "This is a cunning plan."
I thought you wanted the cordwood wagons.
Oh, sorry, the plank wagons. Wrong words.
Yeah.
English is difficult.
Because I cleared this line that has cordwood wagons on it.
English is very
I
difficult.
realise I'm
can
coupled to the
confirm.
cordwood wagon.
I'll be joining in with you. I have decent PC or laptop. Mine is rapidly headed to the big PC world in the sky. well, one day you can get a new one and join in. And it will be great to have you here when that happens. Sounds quite funny.
I
Good
will.
evening, all.
No,
Good
you
evening, Andy. How are you? I hope you are well.
Hi, Andy. I see you up there, Gary.
Coming on to my favourite bridge.
Oh, okay. My favourite's the next one after that.
No, my
The
favourite is
screenshot
this
bridge.
one. Because, yeah, it's Screenshot Bridge. Where it is
I like
such a large sweeping curve.
I like Waterfall Bridge.
You can get a fantastic view of your train. Waterfall Bridge is also pretty good. But you can't get your whole train in a screenshot for that one. I would join, but I'm horrendous at this game. You're assuming I'm not handy.
You think any of us are competent?
What is this competent you speak of?
Won't find any of it round here.
Well, it starts with an in, doesn't it?
No.
I'm not competent, I'm a bank of wood. Speaking of, before we run out of boiler pressure, because that is a thing that will happen. Oh no, it's still got fuel. See, that's how
Did you
good I
remember-
am. I couldn't even tell the fire was still burning.
Did we remember to unpin the brakes?
No, we didn't. Could we do that?
The power of the climax doesn't need it.
See, there you go, Andy. I'm not standing in the cab whilst I run the engine either.
Ah,
I think I can fit in here, don't worry.
Oh, I was going forwards. And I've derailed. Right.
Yes, those points are not set the correct way for you.
I did set them, so I must have gone back and reset them the wrong way. Oh, damn it.
Also, remember the ones that take you onto the line up to the iron mine are also incorrect.
And so here is
But-
Waterfall Bridge.
I
If you
did
want, you
click
can
on
take
these to
up
flip.
my planks and beams as well.
Where you can see the nice waterfall,
I can do if you want.
which does give a nice shadow of the train as it goes past.
I'm going to need your help with this, Lenny, because I can't pick up the wagons to
Oh,
re-rail.
1 second. Right, well, if you take off the caboose off the back of your train,
Yep.
and you can shunt my wagons so that you can get to my planks and beams, I'll re-rail your train. It's a deal.
no. Oh, this game is gorgeous.
It is a fantastically beautiful game. We are going to turn the regulator down a bit
Caboose is uncoupled.
because we come into some not quite as sharp as they were curves.
No.
Which surprised me yesterday because I had no idea Linny had changed the track here. And I was telling everyone, as I was showing them the route, just how sharp these curves are. And it's like, oh, okay. Maybe not.
Actually, not very, it turns out.
Yeah.
Actually, we've had the permanent wear gang up here recently.
Need to get them up the roller coaster, sort out that flat spot.
Just to rebuild the entire
Alright,
roller coaster.
alright.
You've not been trained for working at height yet.
You say that, you remember the trestle bridge they've put in. Much higher than the roller coaster.
What did you want me to do after uncoupling the caboose, Lenny?
Could you use the Eureka to move the cordwood wagons so that when I eventually get to high slow on the track, you can pick them up? Not them, sorry, the plank wagons.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just the ones that actually have low stuff on them, or the empties as well.
I mean, you only need to take the loaded ones up to the mine.
And here we
This
go
does
on to the
not
new,
want to re-rail.
rather eased corner. It used to hug against this cliff edge here. So it's rather a bit wider now. But that was English, honest. but it's starting to show just how pretty this game is. Look at that. That blur you're seeing on your screens, I am also seeing in the game. That's not YouTube compression making that blur. And there's the roller coaster in front of us.
Right, we still have a caboose following us.
Excellent. That's a good sign the whole train is there.
Yep.
We are now making our way all the way along this to a spot over in the distance, roughly where my cursor is in the centre of the screen. Look at all these potential rocket ships for the Pine Valley Space Program.
I think it's one of my favourite things about the game.
It is. It's a fantastic feature of the game. We definitely need a demonstration of it when we get back to Linny. Because Linny's much better at it than me.
Yeah.
And I'd like to remind you all again, hydration is still important, even when you can't see me.
Eureka's out of the way of those wagons.
Thank you.
So special
Heisler is coming back with the hopper that didn't want to re-rail.
The little hopper that couldn't.
Exactly. Oh no, the Heisler is running away.
That's probably better
It's
that it doesn't
heading
do
towards
that.
the mine at high speeds.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Can you get it as it goes up the fast side of the smelter?
Paul, do you want to run
Caught it.
backwards? Oh, that's okay then. I was going to send Paul to go and get it.
No. But I've just stood on the roof of the caboose to go see if I can see the engine.
And can you see the engine?
No. I'm pretty sure it's towards the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, it was that smelter end, don't worry.
Look at how pretty the game is, though.
What time does the Christmas theme disappear from this?
Not yet, no.
Yeah,
Probably when winter ends.
honestly, as far as I'm concerned, the sooner the better. It's much easier for me to tidy up the groundwork if I can tell the difference between the groundwork we've laid and the natural groundwork. Oh look, the bot wants you to check out my website. I don't think there's much point because I haven't updated it in nearly a year, but you know, the bot likes these things.
Iceland now coming in to collect more wagons.
And we are closing the first hour of the stream there. We are 1/3 of the way through.
Year for progress.
Does being able to launch a rocket ship make you a space cadet? Yes, definitely a space cadet. Yay, I fell off the train. Paul, you're still here, aren't you? It's okay, I'm back on, it's fine.
No.
I fell off and fell right down the side and everything, but there was a bit I could get back up.
For one of them, but I can't get the link in between two of them.
You can't put a link in if they're too close to each other.
Yes, it is. I didn't know which end was going to have it and which end didn't, so this one hasn't got a link in it yet.
Alright, do you want to drive and I'll sort that? You just back it up and I'll jump when you can come forward.
Okay.
All it takes is one bit of bad track. Well, there's plenty of bad track work around here.
Oi!
Salting Linny's handiwork.
I was just thinking of that flat spot on the roller coaster.
Forwards again.
Yep. Nice and gentle.
And here we
Well,
come
we're
to the
still
iron ore mine.
carrying the full track.
That is good.
We still have a full track.
We
Little
made
bit
it
of-
the whole way without a derailment. Aren't you all proud of me?
Will that do it or
Beautiful.
not?
Don't
Right,
jinx
back up.
it.
So reverse it again.
Yep.
Yesterday it seemed like the train derailed at every little obstacle.
And we have left the caboose behind, which is good.
Yep.
Tell me when to stop.
About a wagon length, half a wagon length. You can stop any point from here.
There we go.
And you can set back. We'll just give you everything's take up. That engine will handle everything going up.
There we go, Paul. Do you want to unload? Or is it not letting you?
Come on, unload. You can do it. I believe in you. It's not working.
Let me do it. There we go. Took one click of a button.
Even compliment. I'm clicking and dragging my mouse and it's not working.
You have to
yeah.
you set a new keybind for it because the unloading has been changed. You may need to set a new key for unload in your settings.
It's not.
Alright,
Go back about 3 more wagons, 2 more wagons,
Unload freight is enter.
1 more wagon, half and a quarter, and coupled.
Right. Question for everyone
Beautiful.
from
Just
the
keep
chat.
couplings.
Backman Lord Nelson for £50. Is it worth it?
Split chassis one.
Okay. Is it a split chassis one?
You can back up your engine again.
To me, that sounds too good to be true. If it's a brand new Lord Nelson.
We'll stick the caboose onto number 6, onto Linton, and then we can just head up to the mine whilst they're unloading, I guess.
Excellent.
The only things that there's something potentially wrong with it. And
I don't know. I mean, I got a DCC ready. Actually, it was a DCC fitted Class 08 for 25 quid. And there's
There
one
we
Good
go.
going.
It
on the
looks
Alta
like
Vita ones.
it looks like it is a split chassis one. Yes.
They are. They run the risk of falling apart eventually.
And very awkward to DCC fit if you ever wanted to.
Keep going. About another 6 wagon lengths yet, so you should be clear. You're set up onto the mine line.
Right. You need to jump across the other one now, Paul.
yep. Now for all the tins of beans.
Yep. See, this
You
is
there
where I'll
yet,
have
Lenny?
to actually stop
keep
the train
going.
in a second.
Going, and you can stop any time from now.
So we've got a nice little merry-go-round system going.
And you can back up.
Oh,
This-
right, the planks.
Yeah, but wait, don't unload them yet. The reason it's further back is because there's not enough space to unload it all.
Right.
So you just wasted a load of those planks that you've unloaded because it couldn't take that
Plenty
many.
of space here.
So I'm a DC lad.
Well,
I'm sticking with analog. Thank you, Linny. Read the falling apart warning.
Yeah, the axles are split axles held together with plastic tubes. 2 wagons, 1 wagon, half a wagon, quarter wagon, bump. You have a complete train.
Good.
You
Cannot
may
see the complete train, but I'll take your word for it.
you may head uphill at your leisure.
Okay. Is it all set to go?
Warning, it should be. Warning to Gary et al. Please wait for us to arrive, otherwise there will be a cornfield meet.
We will do so.
Hmm.
Doesn't everything fall apart again? Eventually, this trait is where scarcity comes in. Well, yes. But
Oh, yes, but the problem is... Oh, carry on, Gary.
I was going to say, with the split axle Bachmann locos, it's a really awkward problem, isn't it?
I mean, some people sell 3D printed replacement axles, but 3D prints aren't very strong at that sort of size.
Yeah. Peter's Spares sells spare replacement axles for them, but they are essentially the original axles and they break just as quickly. I have actually
And
found...
they've probably come out of other locos where other axles have broken on them.
It's quite possible. I have actually found it's more reliable to cake the thing in araldite than to actually replace the axles when they break. And there we go, one fully unloaded train.
And you'll have to wait while we come up, I'm afraid. So if you head forwards up towards the point to give us plenty of space.
That is my plan.
Is there like any suitable small plastic tubing that could be useful for replacement axles? And just
Not really,
collect
because
the
they have
No.
square ends for the quartering.
Right.
We'll avoid them, thanks everyone. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Because the front pony truck of my Bachmann V1 has snapped. So I've just had to try and fix it with any little bit of plastic tubing, really.
Would
You
it not
can
be
get away with
cheaper
that
to-
on the front axles, but not the coupled ones.
Right.
Would it not be better to see if you can get a replacement on eBay?
That probably would be better than the plastic stuffed tube it's currently using.
Do you need a shunter or anything? I don't believe we are in need of a shunter at the moment. Right, train is reasonably far round, ready for you to come past us. Points
Yeah.
are all set in your favour to take you through so you can load up.
Well, we're on the sort of wooden trestle bit at the moment.
Whilst we wait for you, I'm going to pin down my brakes ready for the descent.
The iron ore
Very
mine
well.
currently has 30 iron ore in stock.
So we might as well leave the iron ore wagons here.
Yeah.
Actually, it'll probably generate quite a bit from the load you've just brought it.
Well, I cleared it out yesterday. So that 30 is probably from the load they've just dropped off. Run, Linny,
Yes.
run.
Ah,
I think let's fill 2 wagons full. Because I think each of
30
them
would
can
be
take
3
50.
wagons full.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so we are actually out of lumber now, so the 32
You've got a few
iron
bits.
ore we have
that's all right.
is
We're bringing some.
it.
We're bringing a wagon of lumber and 2 of planks. Sorry, a wagon of beams. No, 2 wagons of beams and 1 of lumber. Goodness, I'm really having trouble with English today.
It's being live on YouTube that does it to you. You've heard how terrible I am at English when I'm streaming.
Felly, rhaid I fi siarad Cymraeg.
Exactly.
I'm sure that made sense to someone, but that someone wasn't me.
I know.
Hopefully it
I
was-
know it was Welsh. Does that count? Is it making sense?
Hopefully it was Welsh for maybe I need to speak Welsh instead.
Well, I mean, at
We are
least these
storming up here. This is brilliant.
Well,
At
the
least he's
regulator's
finding
only at
he's done
20%.
Okay.
I'm quite surprised that earlier it was only at 4%, was climbing this quite happily.
Are you
It's
in the
got
Heisler?
It's got a lot
Yeah.
of hauling power.
It has all the power in the world. That thing.
It could probably
never
manage
cope with
both
some
the
of these
transit
corners where
mine.
you wonder how powerful that 8-coupled loco is.
Yes, the only.
Not as powerful as the Heisler.
Really? Oh, right.
Heisler is geared down for more torque.
I mean, the Class 70 is a bit weird since it doesn't have any. Well, it doesn't have a handbrake, only has the tender brake.
Oh, right.
It's very strange. It's quite powerful,
Is it not
but
Westinghouse
just has the
fitted?
weird brakes.
Let's go have
It
a look
might
at
be,
it
I'm not
whilst we.
Because I remember people complaining that it only has the tender handbrake.
That looks like a big Westinghouse donkey pump on the side of it to me. And in fact, I can see the brake lever through the cab window.
Oh, well, I guess. Many people are talking a lot of rubbish then.
It would appear so. What they're doing is they're not opening the valve for the
steam to the
for
pump.
the steam to pump through and allow the brakes to operate. What is your predictions for Hornby's 2022 announcements on the 10th? So I know some of the stuff being announced, so I don't want to answer that question. Would anyone else like to have a poke at that question?
I'm just hoping that in the next year or two, either we get an S160 or a T3. Or a Saint.
Oh, a T3 would be gorgeous. Especially with the one being returned to Steam in Drummond livery.
That's the two. I think those three are realistic to come in the next 2 or 3 years. I think an S160, a Saint, and a T3.
I think I can guarantee that at least one of those is coming in the nearish future, not necessarily this year though.
I mean,
Something
with the Saint, though, I'm
Stockton-
very... Sorry?
Some Stockton and Darlington theme since the anniversary is in like 3 years.
I
Yeah,
like-
that would be quite...
Killian has guessed something someone else has announced previously, which I think is a pretty good guess with Hornby.
I mean, they've already announced something previously announced by somebody else earlier that's supposed to be in this year's range. So
Yeah, but the thing being, though, there's probably been if there's been an announcement in the past 2 months that someone's come up with, they probably announced it because they knew Hornby was bringing it out, because they'll have just put it in their brochures by now.
I
Ready for printing.
would love to say that's how it works with all this Hornby duplication stuff, but it's very blatantly not.
No, wait and see.
no comment on the TV show.
Take, for example, Hornby are retooling their HST. So I expect the new tooled HSTs are in this year's announcement. I don't know for definite. The reason they are doing that are because Redacted are also announcing them, and Hornby found out Redacted were announcing them. So
But I thought Hornby's
Hornby
current
retooled.
HS2 is supposed to be a pretty damn good model anyway.
you know, it's not
It's
terrible,
not bad.
but Redacted are a very good company for accuracy, and people will want to get their model because they know it will be good, and I don't think the price will be overly horrendous. So Hornby,
Will it be an accurate model to scale?
Hornby are retooling and attempting to beat them to market, which, being Hornby, I expect they will manage.
Yeah. I'm sort of hoping, because it seems to have been a bit forgotten with new stuff, that there will be some Although it's not what I particularly model, I do like it. Some new Great Western stuff coming, because the hall and the castle models are pretty old now.
I am not going to confirm or deny guesses of my inside information.
No. I would quite like an Elenia
there.
Q5 to go with their Q6. That's something I need.
Yeah, we want an E1. Come on, Rapido, get on with it.
What we do want an
Yeah.
E1. We want lots of E1s. We at least want the 3 Brighton liveried ones they announced, and possibly a 4th one, so we can get all 4 of the liveries they would have worn in the Brighton
I'd
period.
quite
All
like
the ones.
what? Improved engine green, good screen, umber, and black?
Yes. And I would buy all 4. I can
No.
see a train coming.
Yay!
Hurrah! You should be able to hear it whistle. Hear that lonesome whistle blow.
I
Oh,
do
blow
have
the-
the bell
oh,
turned
blow
off.
the
I
whistle.
can't hear the bell because it's not here.
I too would love to see a U-Class get announced. It seems like it's a big thing missing from the range.
That's
Industrial
called
equipment.
theme intensifies.
What I would like to see, but more of a relaunch because they did it a while ago, I'd like to see Hattons or EFE redo the, is it the Class 28, the Kobo?
So there
Yeah.
there are more Class 28s coming.
Oh, right.
I can. Technically not public knowledge, but it has been leaked in a few places. There are more coming. And yes, Christopher, I expect an industrial E1 will come if an E1 comes. Because I think
Didn't the industrial one have a completely different boiler?
it did, but it's very similar looking. I want to say it was a Bagnall built boiler. But it still currently wears that boiler in preservation. And if you're gonna model a loco that's preserved, you're gonna model its preservation condition, aren't you?
It depends, you might model its working condition instead, and then you can model the rest of the class, not just one of them. Ah, we arrive.
You
Slowing down
arrive.
nicely.
They did include it in the initial announcements. But the initial announcements were by Model Rail, not by Rapido. Almost considering getting Southeastern Finecast
Model Rail back
SI
down.
U-Class, as there are no RTR available. The Southeastern Finecast kits are really good. They're really
I
nice
agree.
kits to build, and I can get them in my shop. So, you know,
I mean, I'll probably invoke
I
the
can hook
wrath of
people
most
up with
people
those.
here by saying that I don't particularly care for the E1 that's coming.
It's a terrible thing to say. Why would you even say that?
I don't know, they've just got no appeal to me.
You know what? Quite
They're
like
just a bigger
one of
terrier.
those-
Well, that's the problem, though, is that they're a bigger terrier. The terrier's already too big for the chassis for me to do much with. So the terrier's, to me, is most worth taking the body off and using the chassis for something else.
See, that's just sacrilege.
Sacrilege.
No.
How could you do that to a poor terrier?
Well, you liked my Manning Wardle. Do you want me to go back?
I did
for-
like your Manning Wardle. If you could, it would be handy if you're still blocking my points.
Yeah, I can't see the whole train.
Yeah, keep going keep going until you're until you're past the water tower.
But yes, your Manning Wardle you did on a Terrier chassis is fantastic, and I do like it. Right,
There
you
you go,
are
anywhere
clear
from
enough
there will
for
do.
me now.
But I think first we need to unload the wood.
Okay, so go a bit. That's
Go forward quite a bit once
I
they've
see.
left.
No to an E1R. E1Rs are terrible things and should never have been made.
I say we only just fitted on here, Lily. Two or three more wagons would be hitting their caboose.
Sounds like I've got the track layout just about right.
Something I would like to see is one of the London South Western Railway G16s, the big 480 tank engines. I'd love one of
Chonkers.
them.
Oh
I would
no,
love one of those
G16s.
chonkers. Yeah.
Which
Well,
one?
that's one of these Z class.
Which one, Christopher? There were two R classes with the South Eastern Chatham. The 060s and the 440s or 044s, whichever way round it was. And thank you, Killian, for agreeing about the E1R. They are horrendous things, aren't they? So we are now going to head down the mountain. We need some regulator to start with, but we will soon move over to.
You want to tell me when to
Please slow
stop?
down.
Rolling
I mean,
again.
it's quite one of those Brighton
Further.
Barbaros, the
Right,
Billington ones.
another 3 wagon lengths.
Those are quite nice.
The 060s, Christopher? Yes, a proper 060 of the R would be great.
1 wagon length. And stop there.
I have some parts in to backdate one of my
I've misjudged that. Go for another half a wagon, please.
Hornby 00 R1s to an R.
Bit further.
That's perfect.
Also like one of the Isle of Wight 240 tank engines.
And further forward. Just go slowly at a crawl and I should be fine for
I too would like one of those, Paul, and we also have another vote for an LSWR G6 would be nice in the
Keep going.
chat.
another wagon.
Really what like is more northeastern stuff, because that is stuff I can actually use.
You know what? I would love more northeastern locos to be announced, because if people stop announcing things that I'm interested in, I don't have to spend as much money.
That's what
You
quite
might
nice
find
about-
it easiest to just take the hoppers to load under the
Okay.
iron ore majig. Or you can just push the train back.
Yeah, let's do that. What?
Okay, I'll set the points so that we don't derail the caboose.
Good.
Oh yeah, I
I mean,
forgot to flick your
we would
points
really
back,
like to
didn't
see a
I?
load more of industrial locos coming,
Oh.
but on the other hand, I like modelling my own industrial locos, so I'd rather they not take the ideas away.
I like the idea of more industrials, but I would also have to buy so many of them because they're great. I mean, that is the reason I built South Park Quarry, is so I could run any industrials I want, because industrials are great.
I
Right,
mean, the main
thank
thing.
They are.
you. You can set back enough to load up your hoppers now.
Okay.
You know,
main
the
thing-
Lambton
Okay.
062 tanks would be something I'd quite like.
You best speak to Railway Mania about that.
I despise the
make
damn
it a one.
thing with a passion.
Oh no.
Is that from doing CAD work? Or just in
Mm.
general?
CAD work printing it. I'm convinced the model is cursed at the moment.
Oh, well, I'm
I know
terribly
that
sorry.
feeling all too well from my job.
So what chassis will it eventually use?
Yes, one of them. I can't remember. I think it's an 060 chassis rather than 062, and it'll come with like
Right.
an extra sort of pony truck thingy.
Well, we'll have to see them, won't we?
Yeah. I can't remember what it is the honest answer. Bit
Little
further.
further.
okay.
Understandable.
You're about you've got the chutes directly over the coupling.
Alright. Yeah. What I
Perfect
would
there.
like, what I would like to see in all seriousness with industrials, and like, I'd like a little 040 diesel that's jack shaft drive, because I could make
Yes.
so many other models off that.
You request that, and somebody will do one where the jack shaft's in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at the Peckett's 06, no, 080 freight engine with a tender that they did for the Christmas Island Railway. Like, I have so many uses for that thing. If someone were to make it, but it's a bit too niche for it to be commercially viable. It's just a good chunky goods engine for any branch line.
Okay, you can carry on one more wagon length, please.
Okay.
It would be nice to see a return of the unrebuilt bullet like Pacifics. It would be fantastic to see a return of those. They sell really well in my shop
Stop.
when I get them in, so I'd make loads of money.
So a lot of us sold things in the shop, out of curiosity.
Honestly, you're going to be really disappointed here. Airfix kits,
After the FX kits.
other types of kits.
Okay, rephrase that. What's the most sold model railway stuff?
Second-hand wagons, because I have I've got a bookcase in there that is just covered in unboxed wagons, and I have so many of them that the time to take to actually go through and price everything up properly wouldn't be worth it. So I just sell them all at £4 each, or 3 for a tenner, and they just sell so fast.
I may be in need of your services.
I was quite surprised when I picked up at a fair, what was it, a load of very modern Bachmann collector's wagons for about £6 a piece.
That's pretty good. I have some
That is
Bachmann
pretty
Collectors Club wagons, but they're all boxed and have proper prices on them. Because when I get second-hand stuff
boxed
in
as well.
boxed, I put proper prices on it.
Yeah, these were boxed as well. It's just not. Sorry, Lenny, I see you jumping now. These are boxed as well, but they're probably staying. I bought them to repaint, but they're all Gloucester wagons, so I'll probably keep them as is.
Oh, is that the actual Gloucester 8-ton, 10-ton ones on the side of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Little further.
they were all. They all says collectors on the side, so they're clearly worth a fortune.
Probably. Cheap wagons, I have to make a trip in studs somewhere. Good plan. The unboxed wagons, I don't even bother taking pictures of them to put on the website, because there is so much to add to the website. At the moment, I just chuck them on that shelf, and it's like, there we go, you are now for sale.
Are we out of iron ore yet now? Also a bit more to go.
Just like take a big picture of the entire bookcase, post it to the Discord server, and sure someone will see something they want.
This does happen occasionally.
It does.
Ooh.
I mean, the one wagon I'd like to get some more of, I picked up a really unusual little H.O. Fleischmann Popper wagon.
One more.
Which is rather nice. A bit more, or will be empty now?
No, we've got enough for one more wagon. That was the reason for bringing a little bit more wood.
So like many of the Triang hopper wagons, the big continental bogie ones, they look quite similar to drawings
I'm
of some
pretty
of the iron ore
sure.
wagons.
I'm pretty sure I have like 4 or 5 of those.
I may be in need of those. As I can just glue on some buffers, some proper couplings, and change out the bogies, and it should be good as new.
I mean, I know they always had problems with, I think, the body warps or something like that, but I did always like the look of the Triangle Continental steam loco.
I had one of those in near mint condition that sold rather quickly.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I have absolutely no need for it.
It came into the shop with about 20 carriages, and the bloke that bought the loco only bought 4 carriages. The rest of the carriages have just sat there ever since.
Yeah.
Are they the sort of blue steel-bodied ones?
Yeah, so I've got some of the first generation ones that are the ones that say Triang Railways on the top, and I've got a load of the second generation ones that say Transcontinental on them.
I'm not sure I've got much use for those.
Points are set for you to head down the hill.
Thank you. Yeah. I need to go dig it out of the loft, but up. I think it's in the extension on the house, on my parents' house, has a very small loft above it, which Dad put a load of his sort of trying stuff when he was a lad, and he's got quite a few bits of the battle space range. The rocket
Excellent.
launching cars
Yeah.
and things, and they're
Yeah.
good fun.
You know, I
Do
had.
you have the turbo car?
I don't think there's one of those. There's certainly the helicopter
Ooh.
one,
I want a
The-
turbo car.
the
No.
small rocket launcher, the one with like 4 shots in it, and the one that's got one big rocket on it.
Have you got
Oh,
the exploding ones?
No.
Oh,
well,
who's
exploding
the
box
person
car are great
YouTube
fun.
that collects tons and tons of trying stuff?
So I had
Can't
a
With
remember
a
load
his
of
name,
triangle.
but I can't think of it.
So I had a load of the battle space stuff come in like the second week I was at the shop, and it took forever to sell. I was really surprised by that. I thought it'd be more popular.
Well, if you get a turbo car, do let me know.
I will. I never had
Well,
one of them
well-
come in.
I was going to say, they sell for quite a lot, the turbo cars, don't they?
Yes.
To me, they're very tacky, but I could understand why someone would want one.
But they're fun.
They're fun. I just don't
They are a
like how it
Schienen
looks.
Zeppelin.
There is
They are based on the German thing
there is a company that makes
Yeah.
that in HO, or at least used to.
that's propeller driven as well. It's
Yes. Yeah,
not over the wheels.
yeah, it is propeller driven. This model in HO. Oh,
I
good.
didn't get onto the caboose in time, so just
You want me to
slow down a little, please.
Good
If you're using stuff,
evening,
just slow down a bit.
Thomas. How are
Good
you?
evening, Thomas.
Also, Happy New Year. You join us
I
playing
see you running
Railroads
behind.
Online with Linny, Paul, and Adam.
Hello.
Hello,
Are you on now, Linny?
and I'm on. Thank you.
Good. I'll release
Came
the
into a
break.
couple of bits of 003 Rail recently. Nice stuff. I have some 003 Rail in the shop, Killian. I love it. I have a 003 Rail Duchess of Montrose set, boxed, near mint condition.
See, I've never got the 3-rail stuff. The Cheltenham Model Centre, ever since I was a small boy, had a cabinet filled with it, and I'm convinced it's the same stuff that was in there when I was about 10 years old.
Probably is. No one buys it.
And no one's
Probably been
bought
bought
it.
a couple of times since then, but yes, probably still the same stuff.
It's just
Not
like,
quite as good as some of the stock at train times.
All the 003 Rail stuff I've got in the shop has been there longer than I have.
one thing I did see in the Model Centre when I went there last week, we were joking about it on the Discord a little while back. There's a full set of the Pride of England, that Bradford exclusives or whatever it is set.
Yeah,
Like the really tacky subscription ones.
yeah. I had the Christmas one in the shop, and that I put it out to be more prominent at the start of the Christmas period, and it sold the same day. I was rather impressed at that.
Well, was that the full set one?
The full set of the Christmas stuff.
Well, how much did that go for out of interest? I've no interest in buying one, obviously, but...
Couple of hundred.
Oh, right. The Pride of England full set was being sold for 150, or I could buy... It was a blue loco. It might have been a Christmas one or an Arctic one for 90 quid just for the loco.
Yeah, they seem to rather vary in price when you consider that they're all essentially exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but when you think that the company wants 90 quid for the loco and 90 quid for the tender and then 90 quid for each carriage afterwards.
Yep.
To me, I personally think it's a bit garish and horrible, but
Yeah.
if you
I
like
agree.
that, you do you.
I get it. I mean, I know there are people who obviously will collect like the Kiss or the Star Wars or the Star Trek train set. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm much the same. It has no appeal to me personally.
Not the Spirit of Ireland train set with the American 260 and narrow gauge carriages.
Well,
Sounds
that's what this
perfect.
Pride of England one was. It was an American
Like-
260 with American carriages.
But the Spirit of
It looks
Ireland
like
is
one of
even
the
better because
British.
it's got 3-leaved clovers all over it.
This one was all red and white with
British Bulldogs
and things.
and Spitfires and telephone
Yes.
boxes and things on it.
Yeah.
All things that make
think-
us proud to be British.
English. It was only the Pride of England.
Although it did have a Union flag on it somewhere, and I'm fairly sure it had a picture of some Scottish scenery as well, just to be on the safe
I
side.
think the Union flag was on the tender with Pride of England plastered on top of it.
Yes, because the carriages all had St George's flags on them.
Yes.
Can you think of anything more English than writing Pride of England over something that isn't the England flag?
What?
Paul, do you want to drive the train forwards? It's going to go all the way
Right.
around the smelter loop.
But
All the way around
really
the loop.
recommend if anyone wants a good giggle to go on the Bradford Exchange website and just see the sheer quantities of tat that are available.
It is wonderful.
Yeah.
Can
I
you
mean,
link
you'd
the
never-
website in the Discord?
You'd never know that what you really want is a John Wayne leather jacket with a quote in the with one of his quotes in the lining.
Yes.
Is this on a locomotive?
No, this was a John Wayne leather jacket.
Oh,
Leather jacket, and there's like a picture of him and a quote underneath it.
Right, so back to YouTube chat that's coming in. All right, cheers. So it's just been like he's may have nodded off slightly. Never mind, Thomas. These things happen. We all nod off early occasionally. I was like, join you, but it'll take forever to boot the desktop up this time of night. Fair enough. Growling noises. Killian being impressed at the Pride of Ireland there.
He got on eBay to try and pick one up for himself.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I think is happening, judging by the response.
Yeah.
I'll have a local model
eBay
shop.
prices have suddenly rocketed because they've been mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big influencer here with 4 viewers.
There's 11 watching right now, but
Is
there are
there?
4 of us in the
Excellent.
game.
No, mine tells me there's only 4 people watching. Let's see if I can get that to refresh. No, it still tells me 4 people watching.
Thanks for the link to the Sheen Zeppelin Paderborn, but unfortunately, Mechlin stuff won't work on my track.
is it all free rail?
3-rail stud contact.
Ooh. Sounds exciting, whatever it is.
Just means it's got little studs on each sleeper rather than a continuous rail.
So yeah, Paul, you're going all the way round and
We're
then parking
approaching
up
the
so we can load iron
The
products.
Right.
Watch out, Gary. We're approaching Waterfall Bridge.
Good job we're heading downhill, Liddy, because we've run out of fire. Hang on. I'll let it freewheel and just put some more in the boiler.
Sounds like a plan. The only problem is that means you've got no brakes.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, some of those American train sets are quite gaudy and make your eyes bleed.
Would look rather better in with a big can of black spray paint on the engine and some sort of olive green on the carriages.
In other words, conventional liveries.
Good evening, Javier. How are you? I hope you are well.
I'm just heading past the delightful waterfall here now. We're getting close to the smelter.
I was quite pleased with how that Waterfall Bridge came out.
It is very
It is
nice.
a lovely bridge.
Yeah.
I say the
I mean,
big
I suppose
curvy
I do
one.
most of the P-way work, so...
The big curvy one is only my favourite because I can get really nice screenshots showing the whole of a long train from there. The waterfall one is definitely the nicest scenic bit.
So far.
Yes, so far.
I mean,
I have
when
seen
you
a
try-
really nice couple of screen grabs from somebody who's built a town out of various engine shed parts and sort of sand towers and things, with streets made out of the groundwork along that river, and they've got a bridge over it, and it looked gorgeous.
That's quite
Oh,
impressive.
that's nice. I'm getting some little bits of lag.
It is lagging a little bit for me at the moment. The train keeps rubber banding slightly. And
Always
wagon
good.
Jumping a couple of feet up in the air every so often.
Yeah, same here.
I'm
Right.
just enjoying the ride.
Paul, do you want to actually bring the train to a stop here? Because we're being followed down a hill and it would be nice to give them a clear road in.
Yeah.
Are you guys heading up to the smelter as well?
No, we are loading up with iron.
Ah,
We need to drop off iron ore.
Are you only bringing down iron ore wagons?
And some other bits that are all empty.
Okay, so do you want to go through onto the Y so you can back up and have your wagons behind you?
That we could probably do that. Actually, would that make sense?
It's how I do it when I'm bringing the iron ore down. Because then you can back into the siding and leave the wagons there.
yeah. Well, we've got, what is it, 5 or 6 iron ore wagons, and then about the same of empty wood wagons. And a
Yeah, so
caboose.
so if you go through into the Y and come in backwards, you can dump those in one siding and then dump your iron ore afterwards.
Okay.
You have a route set through to take you straight through and out the other side of the Y.
Okay. And we're heading downhill quite a lot now, so I'll apply the brakes a little.
So, Javier's doing much better, especially since my COVID symptoms have gone. And that is good to hear your symptoms
Hurrah.
have gone. I hope everyone is okay, given you were all ill. Okay, what loco would you want to see returned back to Steam? Stepney, obviously.
Not Fenchurch this year.
Fenchurch is coming back this year, in theory. I would love to see Stepney come back. Because Stepney.
I'd like to see the T3 return to Steam this year, but that's also planned to happen.
Is it this year?
I'd quite like to see.
It might be next year, sorry.
That's a good
Oh,
answer, Paderborn. Paderborn says all of them.
Probably any of the engines stuck in the Bressingham Steam Museum because they're a bit forgotten and they will remind people that they actually exist.
What was it? The Garrett would be
Oh,
very
Thundersley.
Yes.
Thundersley.
Thundersley would be nice.
No. Is it
But also
William,
the
William Francis, the little Garrett?
William
would be
Francis the Garrett. I think they were in talks of restoring the Garrett, but I don't think they've gone anywhere currently.
I'd go for the Adams Radio in Drummond Green. Oh, that would be nice. I do like the radial back in its LSWR livery. It's such a shame they've painted it in BR, isn't it? And they painted it in BR livery for their LSWR weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, you're set straight through.
I've also like the Great Eastern 2-4 road that they have at Bressingham come back to Steam. It would just be quite nice. As I don't think any of the Northeastern engines in the Railway Museum will ever actually return.
What I would like to see again, actually, is the Hitson long boiler pannier back up and running again.
Yes. Because I doubt City of Truro will even come back with how the National Rail Museum is like.
No, but it did look good in BR lined black.
Killian would like to see Bellerophon and Furnace 20, and you know what, I can't argue with that. They would be two great things to see back in Steam.
Yeah. I was very happy when I got to see Bellerophon. Well, I got to ride behind Bellerophon on its last weekend.
Very nice.
Keep going, couple of item lines.
I basically just look at the nameplate and they're like, how do you pronounce this?
Bellerophon.
Yeah.
Bellerophon.
Did get chatting to the driver whilst I was there. It's a
And
real Frankenstein locomotive, that one.
You can set
What is
that now.
Bellerophon? Is it a place? A
No,
village?
it's a Greek god. Well, sort of a Greek god. It's... Oops, sorry, going the wrong way. A lot of the legend of Bellerophon got converted into Hercules. So Bellerophon rides Pegasus in the original myth and things like that.
Ah, right. And quite
I've just remembered all our
interesting
brakes are
treatment.
pinned down still, aren't they, Paul?
I think so.
That'd be why I'm struggling to pull this train forward.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I have now found pictures of, I think, all of its sister locomotives bar one.
You can set back over the Y now.
Okay.
That's
Good
quite
job.
impressive.
That should be all the brakes taken off.
Excellent. We should also be in a position where we are able to load wagons. So let's see how far through this YouTube chat I can get whilst you do that, because there's a lot of it.
Since we have obviously a whole train we need to fill.
Christopher would like to see element lines come back, which, yeah, why not? Behind Ian somehow, so far everyone's doing well. I think we're past the point of transmitting by a good while. You're not as far behind as I am, Javier, because it's 3 minutes since you posted that, apparently. And Christopher says the garage
Isn't
used to...
Emirate Lines...
Much further, Linny. I can't see any of the train now.
You're clear for quite a way yet.
Good.
Christopher says the
Isn't
garage used to
Emerald
work
Line-
just up the road from him, which again shows how far behind I am with this chat, isn't it?
No.
Is the T3 returning that quick is a question that's been asked.
Well, I think it's
They are
really
restoring it
become-
to steam already.
They take. Is the boiler back together? Because I know they're working on the firebox. Last I heard. Well, that was the last
Not sure.
update I saw.
Number 6, keep going until you have cleared the next set of points.
Okay.
That's a really long siding you're on, so
Yeah, I see it. I mean, I can't see the caboose, so I'll just hope there's nothing further ahead. I can now see 2 floating bells on the track beside me.
No.
I
Killian
presume
says-
one's off the
One's
Hesper,
mine.
got a bell, and the other's Eureka's.
Killian says, wasn't one of Bellerophon's sisters called Hercules anyway?
Yes.
Yes, there we go.
It was Bellerophon,
Good tasting.
Amazon, Hercules, Makersfield, Par, and Goulburn.
And Killian also asked which one of them you're missing a picture of.
I'd have to check. I think it's Hercules.
Which probably means Killian has pictures of them all and will post one somewhere.
Most probably.
I mean, isn't it funny that the most famous one is the one you're missing?
Well, it might have just been the most camera shy or the one that got scrapped first. I can't remember.
Be nice to see Sharpthorn, however unlikely. It would be very nice to see Sharpthorn return to Steam. I would love that.
Alright, I think we need to go forward 1 wagon length.
I am, of course, for those that don't know, going to make a kit of the Man Immortal K because of Sharpthorn at some point.
You don't want to make Sharpthorn. You want to make Eldwith. It's more interesting.
No, I want to make Sharpthorn. I'm actually going to make a standard Man Immortal K.
I'm
Well, I
clear
just
of
like
those
manning
points now,
models
Linny.
because they're cute.
just need to hang about while I shift this engine.
Okay.
Can you load that wagon now?
Well, you can change the points just behind your engine.
Let me
I will
see.
do. I'm just putting a bit more fire in the firebox.
Yeah.
So we're down to 13%.
Yeah.
So try and see if you can load that other wagon with the
No,
metal.
it's not quite there yet.
Right. It's not
Do I
quite
need
there
to
yet.
dump half of the carriages? Well, empty. Am I
You
dumping
only need the iron ore hoppers.
Yeah, but
so you
am
can
I
uncouple
leaving
the rest.
wood wagons where they are?
You can do that. Make sure you apply a couple of brakes on a couple of wagons so they don't run away.
So is the next plan to link up with the coal mine?
Pass. I don't know what industry comes next.
Possibly. I'm not sure whether I think it's the coal mine,
Right,
coal mine and the ironworks.
It should be in range now of that.
Okay, that's a couple. couple of the wagon brakes.
No, apparently not.
Beautiful. I still have no steam pressure, so
And I'm struggling to run a couple of wagons, so it's going great.
All sounds perfect. So Javier says, I'm not sure what I would love to see running over here. There is an engine called Lion in Maine that is a pre-grouping engine, or our equivalent of it anyway. Which, I think the name Lion and being old is a good enough reason, personally.
Wasn't one of the first locos in America called Lion?
It was the Strawbridge Lion.
That's the one I'm thinking of. It's got like a lion head painted on the front, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the same as the Agonor in the Railway Museum.
Javier says that's a different
Linny,
Lion.
You're heading onto my track. Linny, stop. Stop, Linny.
I'm sure I set that to go into a different siding.
I headed into mine.
So what new builds would people like to see?
Killian says he'll PM you later if he does have a picture of Hercules.
Okay. Well, I'll go through my list I've got.
New build of a D1, I think.
Says
Well, whilst I'm waiting for Linny to shunt around, I'm going to go onto my sort of folder and see what pictures I do have of it.
definitely has pictures of Goalborn.
Yeah.
Because I'd quite like a Raven Air 2 to finish the Pacific family.
I mean, we all know it's got to be a D1, as Linny says. And all you need to do to see a new build D1 happen is donate £10 million to one of my donation links. You do that and I'll get right on it. We'll have Let's Build in 1-to-1 scale.
Right. So.
Okay, route set for you if you head forward.
Cheers, I'm just looking at these pictures. That's definitely Amazon. I've got one picture of.
Oh, my viewer number's finally updated. It doesn't say 4 anymore, it says 12.
I've got
Yay!
Makersfield.
So the next two
that's
places we're
well
connecting to are the ironworks and the coal mine.
There we go. Ironworks and coal mine are next.
Got Goalborn. Got Par.
We definitely need more regular players before we start hooking up to more industries, though.
Yeah,
Agreed.
it's Hercules that I'm missing.
Were these colliery engines? They work at a colliery for all their lives.
Well, the Haydock ones are quite interesting in that they were actually designed and built at the colliery. Or at the foundry for the colliery, at least. But they did apparently run double-headed on work outings to Blackpool.
Stop. That should be far enough in
Are you
theory.
controlling it on, Linny?
Come again?
I was just seeing if you were controlling it.
Killian is currently looking at a picture of Hercules and will scan and send it on.
Oh, thank you very much.
Because
Yay for progress.
Killian is wonderful like that.
Killian is wonderful.
This is weird. It's sat going nowhere, but I'm watching the pony truck on Eureka swivel around.
We love and appreciate Killian.
I would love a new build of Sun
We
Express
very much do.
440, doesn't matter which. I mean, Southeastern Chatham E-Class being built at the Bluebell once the Brighton Atlantic's done. So there you go, Javier.
I hope they finish it in like Brighton, Umber.
Well, isn't there
at
a
least
new
once,
build
but-
county coming?
All yours, Adam.
Thank you.
I
So
don't
there's
know.
I think there's plans for both a new build county and a county tank.
Oh, I assumed that's what
I
you
know about the
actually
county
meant,
town.
Javier.
Because I quite like one of those stock.
No, a D1, please, not D2.
Where's your engine from earlier, Linny? Because that's what Javier wants to see.
What, Eureka?
Yeah, there it is. This is what you want, isn't it, Javier?
Perfect. And
One is preserved.
points changed, you can set back.
I mean, they made those two replicas of the Golden Spike locomotives, didn't they? Jupiter and whatever the other one was called.
I like how
One
we've
line.
got a proper builder's plate on here that is very clearly a photo of an actual builder's plate.
I like that you can actually read the casters' names on the front pony wheels.
You can indeed, look at that. That's some impressive detail, isn't it?
And on the tender wheels, I believe, as well. Keep backing up.
Yeah, and on the tender wheels.
If you could slow down to about half that speed.
Freddy's wagons are filled up, ready for the
Okay.
next lot.
Oh, actually, the first two are empty. Never mind.
You just need to pull it forward
And
one
there's
wagon.
enough space. There's enough space in this siding to fit it all in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, R&H style stack does it for me. I say that having just finished the CAD on one. Excellent, Javier. That's what we like to hear. So everyone that was here early enough to see us come down the roller coaster earlier, you realise I have to go back up it with this train loaded with stuff. Let me know when I need to stop, Paul.
Oh, yes.
Am I going slow, Mini?
I think...
That's perfect. You can stop about now.
Hopefully that should be in range.
There we go.
And nearly all unloaded. When this wagon empties, that's all unloaded.
Good. What are we doing next? Because we need to go get some wood, I guess.
Yeah, I would suggest leaving the hoppers here. I will uncouple them from you.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing for cordwood? Do we need to shunt some cordwood into the cordwood siding? Yes. Can we grab some cordwood wagons and shunt them into the siding, which can only take 3 loaded wagons?
And we've got 2 empties to begin with.
Yeah, so you can take... I'll take those 2 empties plus the 3 loadeds.
So, if you're shunting cordwood wagons, if you do
Yes.
it 2 at a time, you will see there is a bit of track placed next to the rails over here, which is the marker point for getting your 2 wagons past the point going into the cordwood siding.
Is that what you were trying to explain to us yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, if you come and collect the train here, you can actually do this with 3 if you're careful.
Oh dear, if I'm careful.
At least it's not me having to be careful.
Are the joys of filling up wagons in this game?
It's wonderful, isn't it? I wish you could press it once and it just do the whole wagon automatically. Rather than once per thing.
Oh, the crane's
Another
broke.
sleeper length.
Bums.
I think the animation's broken.
That happens. If you just watch the wagon, it's about to gain
is.
one.
Right.
And pull back.
Ah, there we go. It's full.
Oh, there's a link missing.
Oh.
Come back.
Okay,
No, we just got the last 3 wagons.
yes, I'm going to bring the loco forward. We want to fill all of these with raw iron.
Right.
Because, you'll notice, we have 11 rails
And a
and
lot of raw iron.
100 raw iron. The smelter now can't actually process anything because it's full of raw iron.
Keep going.
Yes. So we might have to just do a run full
Oh.
of raw iron.
So,
Well, there goes my caboose.
I'm going to bring the train forward. Let me know when I need to stop.
What happened there?
Right.
You hit the buffer stop
Oh,
quite hard.
that's just the power of the Hessler.
Have
And
you
I'm
derailed a
already
wagon
on it.
over the buffer stop?
Well, it sort of shot up in the air. That's quite impressive.
No.
And we missed that on the live stream. That's a shame.
Oh, it's not as impressive in reality. That was. Sorry, I could only see the caboose behind it. But I thought it was floating in the air. What actually happened is it sunk into the ground.
No.
Right, well,
How are we getting on, Paul?
About 2 wagon lengths.
shall we shove some cordwood in?
Yep. I'm just jumping back to the loco.
Right, and stop. Let's see, is this in the right place? Our survey says yes.
Where am I taking it to?
Our
Really?
survey says. You see that short dead end siding where you drop off the cordwood
No.
by the big cobblestone area?
Am I going
To
round
your
in
right?
a loop, or am I sort of doing this as a Y?
You keep going and then we'll reverse back it.
Okay.
And I will count you in wagon lengths to where you need to stop.
Okay.
We might actually have to do another train of just raw iron.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I need to bring it forward once more. So it's the
You can
problem
stop
where,
there
for every
and
time...
come back.
Not too much further.
That's going to take some getting up the hill.
Yeah. I've still got
You're going to
another
need a
one.
banker.
No, I'll be fine.
Head it with the Hessler.
You can come in now.
I have done this
The
with the
height will
climax.
just rip the couplings off.
We will be fine.
Right.
You slow down a bit, please.
About half a wagon. Quarter of a wagon. Yeah, about that stop.
Do you need me to stop or not?
No, that's fine. About 2 wagons length. About 1 wagon's length. A half and stop.
Yeah, so the problem with a smelter and its products is that, you know, it does 1 raw iron and 1 lot of rails for every time it processes. And when you load them onto wagons, you get 10 lots of
All
rails
unloaded.
onto a wagon, but only 3 raw iron. So now that we've cleared those, this has managed to get another 9 rails done as it's processed that. But yeah, we could probably do 2 trains.
There's still 25 iron ore waiting to go in as we're loading up with cordwood here.
Yeah, see, it can't process now because the raw iron is full. So we do need to do a few runs of just raw iron. Paul, I need you to be keeping an eye on the train for me.
Stop there.
Right. I'll sit in the caboose.
Well, you've got extra wagons at spawn. Why don't you bring them down as well?
Because, Linny, I think my train is plenty long enough
Well, on the way back up, we can use the Heisler to bring up the second train of iron ores, the raw irons.
This is why it should be double tracked.
We've never had to deal with this many people doing this much stuff before, but I'm quite happy to double track it.
If we decide that we're going to get like an evening or two a week where all 4 of us are going to come and play this, double tracking will be worth it. I never set those points, did I? Guess who's just derailed?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I've only taken 3 wagons off with me.
Do I need to slow it down because I can't see the train?
Keep going for a while yet.
That is quite the derailment.
Just appeared.
No, this is nothing compared to yesterday.
I know, I saw the screenshot.
No climax, wrong way round. That's better.
3 wagons. 2 wagons.
Let's drive you
Well, I think
One
rolling
wagon.
Get you on the
Keep going at that speed. And coupled.
See, all these people saying I'd do it fine with no problems. This is what you get.
Oh, hang on. There's a broken coupling. Can you come a little tiny bit further forward?
Forwards, okay.
Just the tiniest little bit. Keep going. That's at a speed is fine. Just keep that speed going. Stop.
Oh.
Right. Okay. And pull away.
I'm glad the re-rail tool on this works so well. I'll wait for this wagon to finish. I'll wait for this re-railed wagon to finish derailing itself before picking it back up again.
Is there still a locomotive in my way when I reverse, or is that gone now?
So there's a whole train taking up this side of the Y still.
Okay, so we won't actually be able to unload this cordwood, Linny.
Okay, I suppose what we should have been doing is putting all the empties into a different siding.
Yeah. Oh well, we didn't.
Yeah,
we'll know for next time.
I also usually do that.
Is the train connected yet?
No.
Because I've applied the brakes on the last 2 wagons to stop it rolling.
That is very much appreciated. Yes.
Going slowly.
That bit of the line. Yes.
2 more wagon lengths.
So who's watching the live stream?
What have you done?
1 more wagon length.
There's a wagon just rotating in midair.
And stop there.
We are just clear of that. I think 1 more wagon will be touching.
I love that.
You need to pull back a bit more, actually. Just a sleeper length or 2.
Oh, damn you, gravity going the wrong way.
Got it? Okay, you can come back now.
Okay.
Bonk. You just gravity train it in.
Oh, I love the physics in this game.
My wheels are no longer touching the rails. This is weird.
What?
Oh, but we're still going forward.
This is fine.
The trucks were pointing in the wrong direction.
Oh, weird.
Once I started moving, they spun round to point correctly on the track.
That has not
Otherwise
been
they were going the wrong way.
railed. See, this is what you all get for having faith in me.
Is this slow enough?
Yep.
You should have just live streamed mine and this entirely successful attempt to unload wood.
A little further.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I'm just laughing at Killian's comment about the physics.
A little bit. Perfect. You can stop there now.
Okay.
Realism. It is the best realism, isn't it? Right, Paul, I'm going to back this loco down. I need you to let me know when I'm getting close to the train so I don't
And
push it
Adam,
off
you
the
can take this out
rails.
again.
Oh, right.
Well,
I'm
I'll
walking
go
back
as
to the
close
train.
close to that
I'm about
loco as I
to
dare, I guess.
take off the brakes.
You're wheel slipping. There
I'm
we
almost
go.
at the front wagon.
And I'll
I'm at the
set
front
you to put
train.
these into an empty siding so we can get the last three cordwoods.
Right,
Excellent.
back it up.
And then I guess that we can take this lot to the
Along the roller coaster.
logging camp. Get more cordwood.
Is your front truck wheel off on that one flat? It probably is. The
Can you keep
physics
an
in
eye on
this
your
are
end of the
not
train?
normal.
Keep
I
going.
Yeah, I will. I was just slowing down. I slowed down a bit too much because I was
No, look, it's
going
fine.
quick.
Mhm.
Right, once you've coupled up, I'll take off the brakes.
And that'll do.
Yeah, sorry we're blocking your entire line.
That's all right. I think we've got it covered.
You
Heading to a
can
different
now
site.
set that lot back.
Okay.
We had an unexpected item in the bagging area.
You know how I needed you to be here to let me know when
Yeah.
to stop, Paul?
Oh, sorry.
The train
Did
is
you
now
derail
rolling.
something else?
No, luckily the brakes are all off, so the train is just rolling backwards away from me and gaining speed.
I'm helping.
Right, Adam, that's going to come around past the 440, so you can then pop it on that siding,
Okay.
where we've got some empty cordwood wagons already on the front of our train.
Don't worry. I can't see the 440 yet. That is just appeared.
There we go.
Am I stopping? Ah, it's going alongside the 440, isn't it? Yeah.
And stop.
Yeah.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
Keep going until your engine is about in line with the 440, then slow
And stop.
down.
Okay.
And we are coupled up. Right. Keep an eye on the train, don't let it fall off.
I'll try not to.
I don't know if you can see the next wagons yet.
Yes, I can just about. I'm about 1.5 away from it. From what
I
I can
think
see.
it's okay,
Yeah, about one and a
Javier.
half, maybe two. One and a half. 1, 3/4, half, 1/4, little creep more. Little bump. Perfect, got it.
Right. Uncouple at my end now. Then is it?
Yep. And then we can go and get the last couple out of this siding and stick them in. Stick them in the cordwood unloading siding, and away we go.
I
And
should
then
be
what we'll
clear
do is
of the
we'll take-
Y shortly for you. Now
Well,
that
if you're
done.
not, we'll just take the other side of the Y. Next set of points you want.
Stopped one too early.
Oh, I've not seen my caboose yet. I'm assuming the fact Paul hasn't screamed at me means it's still coming.
He's not realised you've set off yet.
Oh,
Reverse again.
I fell off the caboose.
Well
Here
done.
we go.
And the caboose is still rolling away from me, which implies it's still going.
Well, come and catch up.
Here I was reading chat.
Anything interesting?
Not particularly.
I trust you can see these wagons well enough to stop in time.
I can't see anyone.
I'm coming.
Oh, it's just appeared. Yes.
You
I've
go.
almost reached it.
Well, I'm slowing
I'm
down,
in
so that
caboose.
should help. There we go. I saw you jump in.
No. Try not to get back on the roof.
No, don't get on the roof going up the roller coaster. It will knock you off.
Yeah, that is true.
But you fell off at the right time though, because I was just slowing down because I've got this flat spot
Yeah.
coming up.
This magical, mystical flat spot.
It's just coming. It's just here on the middle of the screen now.
Tiny bit further. Clonk.
Loco's on it.
Right, let's go unload these, stick them on the front of that train,
And there goes the
and
front
we'll
wagon a million
use the other
miles
side of the
over.
Y. It's a good whistle on that.
We are clear, provided I don't break
Yeah,
the
the
train.
Tesla sounds quite good.
And you,
Yeah,
if you do, we'll catch it.
everything is still rolling in the same direction.
That's a good start. This is loop 1 of 3, Andy.
This is
Affectionately referred to as the roller coaster.
Yes.
It is very affectionately referred to as the roller coaster. I enjoy the roller coaster.
Does anyone know were shades done in this gauge as well?
They were, and they will be coming into the game.
They are planned, they're just not built yet.
So I was quite disappointed. I nearly won a 3-truck Shay on eBay a few weeks back. But it was described as a poor runner in one direction, and so I didn't quite. It went a bit.
Whoa! That's
And
a
back.
bit much wobble.
Quite a lot of wobble.
We got a load of wobble, and then I went to turn the regulator down to slow down a bit, and I put the regulator the wrong way.
That was silly.
It was. I don't think anything's broken off.
No, everything's still going.
But yes, Javier, I have a great vantage point for watching my train roll back down the hill.
It's not been a successful trip for you in any direction so far, has it?
Yeah, I got the first trip today. I got all the way from
I
the
suppose you
lumber
got
yard
up to
to the iron
the
mine.
mine, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, other than that derailment there, I've done well this evening. I mean, that's about as well as I could spell it, Andy. So I think you're fine. I know what I know that you're saying the Darjeeling Himalaya, and yeah, we are up the second loop.
Right, let's go. Stick these on the front.
One of those Darjeeling locos is in the UK, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
I'm pretty sure one of them was bought and is owned by a private owner in the UK.
Isn't it by the Southbourne Railway, I think? That's what it's called.
Oh, my coupling broke.
Ah,
Funny enough, I'm just this minute
Go
researching the
quick,
Darjeeling Railway. Excellent, Killian. Oh, no, slow down.
I've read that they used Pacifics at one point.
They had a streamliner at one point.
Oh.
It was back when it was being run by a Brit. He had one styled up to look like a coronation.
Of course.
Wow.
Underneath, it's still a Darjeeling tank engine, but with a streamliner body on it.
Oh.
Yes, one of the Class Bs is in the UK. Thank you,
Thought it
Killian. It's good having knowledgeable people watch my live streams.
And wasn't it just?
It was in the US before coming to the
Great
UK,
release.
apparently.
We coupled up. Sorry, man.
coupled up, brakes released.
I mean, like, wasn't Repton in the
Nope,
US?
not moving.
Quite some
No,
time.
not coupled. Something's gone wrong here, hang on.
got me to head forwards again?
Try that again. The link disappeared when you coupled up.
No.
Let's see one or two more of the bees brought for presentation. They are a fantastic design. Okay, and coupled.
Yeah. Because I think I could be wrong that Darjeeling loco in the UK pretty much runs around a garden, or used to. You know, like a railway that's only open a couple of times a year and is very small.
Well, there is a line not a million miles from here that runs round the garden.
There was one near where I used to live that was it was a farm shop called the Amerton Farm Shop, and they had the Amerton
Seem to
Farm
have
Railway.
butter couplings again here, I'm afraid, Adam.
Oh,
So it is a known bug that sometimes the front couplings are a bit weak on locos. Do you want to turn around on the Y?
Wow, did anyone on the stream see that? We had a wagon going round on, like, up at an angle because it pulled that corner a bit too tight.
I need to
didn't see
disappear
that.
for a second, but if you go around the Y,
I can do the Y stuff, that's fine.
I will be back in a minute.
So, we have a question from the chat again. What line would everyone like to see reopen? I obviously would love to see the line through Hailsham reopen, because then I could get the train everywhere. And would.
I think maybe the Wynyard branch, as that's like the nearest close line to me, I think.
I don't really know. I've still got a soft spot for the Churnit Valley, and I'd like to see their extension to Stoke go ahead. So I guess that's a semi-closed, that's a closed line, but not a detached line.
Again, another one I'd like to see is probably the Saltburn, Whitby and Scarborough Railway, because all the stations are there, it's just the lines in the middle that are gone.
I'd quite like to see the Edinburgh Southside and Suburban... Sorry, the Edinburgh and Southside Suburban Railway, which still exists as a freight line, reopened, partly because there is a closed station on it about 50 yards from my front door, and the route is not mirrored by any bus routes and would be really, really useful for commuters in Edinburgh.
It sounds very
That's a
useful
sure
for
sign
commuters
that
in
it won't
Edinburgh.
get open. Can't reopen useful lines.
There have been proposals to add it to the tram network with tram trains.
Well, it's already on the freight network, wouldn't it make more sense to reopen it to passenger traffic as well?
There we go, we are approaching the sawmill.
Unfortunately, all stations are derelict and need new platforms and everything. It's not. It would need a lot of work, and also most of the stations are not accessible by design, and are not. It's not possible to make them wheelchair accessible easily.
So someone wants to reopen the Hailing Island branch.
Paderborn and Javier both say they would like to see the Hailing Island branch reopened, which is totally understandable. I wouldn't mind to see the Devon and Somerset Railway reopen, as it's local to me. That is a very good reason for wanting to see it reopen. Now we are passing by the sawmill with our rather long train behind us. We are going to take this train up to the logging camp, run round the loop there, and head down to the freight depot where we can unload.
How many wagons do we have again? 15?
15, yeah.
And
So
you
it-
can go back as far as those wagons, and in fact give them a little nudge.
So if there's like 3 raw iron, for every wagon, then that means that we can only load up to about 45 Orion per train.
Yes.
Oh, I hit too hard. Derailed Lily.
Which means that we probably just need two
Okay,
trains
come on
just
through.
for Orion.
Yeah, I derailed the carriages behind Lily.
Say again?
One of the wagons behind's derailed.
Right, you come this way and collect these two out of the forward siding, and I'll fix that.
Thank you.
Your points are set.
See, this is always a worrying moment coming into the logging cam. Because you come downhill at quite a speed and you never have any idea how the points are set, 'cause it's been forever since you've been here.
Oh no.
So I've got no idea if I've got an open, clear route ahead of me round the loop. What I do need you to do, though, Paul, is when we go past this first set of points, you need to
Yes.
jump off the train and flip them.
Oh, okay. So flip those points are just going around now.
No, the first set that come right in.
I'm ready to cover you up.
Right, those ones.
Do I have a rear cup? Oh, I don't need one. You've got it on the train.
But you don't do it until the whole
I've sorted
train
the
is
couplings.
passed.
Good.
Yeah.
Bit further.
I've sorted them. Keep going.
Oh, the train's having a rubber band jump.
Right, the train is now rolling on its own, slow enough that I can go and check the
Couples.
points ahead of me.
Good. Let's see if it works this time.
Lily frequently calls me a maniac when I jump off my train whilst it's still running.
Not just because of that, but
So is the very first point, yes.
Yes,
shall we go?
the very first
Yes,
point.
we
I'm
got
So
it.
trying.
that
Go,
they've
it just
guided
needs
me
to go.
down into the log
Oh,
sidings.
no,
You're
it's
going to flip
broken
them so they
again.
point to
Just
the
put your brakes on.
goods yard.
Don't
Yeah.
move. Just put your brakes on.
I've just done that.
Well, you can either wait there or you can go find the train.
I'm just going to put some more fuel in it.
Where's the fun in not being a maniac? Exactly, Killian.
Mhm.
Are we good to go again, Linny?
No, Paul, that's not our train.
I know it's not. I was waiting for you to pass. Or at least
Well, I've
come
passed.
by.
The,
No,
the
you've
rest,
passed.
rest of the train, though.
Hmm.
See, there we go. I did need to flip some points because this one's wrong.
So when we're going to bring these wagons down for them to unknow?
You're going to take those two wagons and put them on the front of the train that's
Right.
over in the train that you just nudged.
Yeah.
All the points are set, so we clear back out.
Oh,
Should
you got
probably
the
go
point.
find the train.
Got the points.
That
Good.
would help.
And I can see it, and it appears to still be rolling, so I assume it's still on the track.
Oh, damned wheel slip.
Pretty stuck in some bush. Oh no, it's coming along slowly.
Oh yeah, it will be slow. It's only rolling. plenty of fuel in there still.
I find it quite odd. Whenever that Eureka locomotive loads up on the screen for me, it lets out a blast of steam at the sides.
So Christopher says, just my thought, probably wrong as usual, is not to reopen a line but demolish New Street and Snow Hill stations and rebuild them as to their last style before they were vandalised. St Pancras proves...
Did he say New Street, one of those?
Yeah. St Pancras proves the
Hey, the
steam era
previous-
style is popular and would stop the two main stations in Birmingham from being drab, dark, horrid places to be.
Just, okay, the current New Street is a lot nicer than it was about 5 years ago. I presume he's meaning the original New Street.
Possibly.
Has that had a major overhaul?
They built a John Lewis on top of it, and then John Lewis promptly moved out.
No.
It's like a big shiny chrome blob on top of the station now. But they did paint up all the underground bits, which are really unpleasant. Am I close enough to couple now, Linny? Linny is?
Lenny is currently rebuilding track work.
Okay. I'll have a look soon.
Sounds like it needs a Victorian refresh. What railway company was it owned for before?
On the way.
I think I've got one couple left.
You have, just keep going a little further.
I still can't believe that they tore down the Euston Arch.
Quarter of all again. A little further. Maybe 2 sleepers length.
Now I need to run ahead of the train again whilst it rolls downhill.
Coupled. Now you need to be clear of the points that you're on top of so that we can set them.
Okay. Got a bit further to go then.
Yep.
We have a caboose on the back.
And we'll go down that side of the way. You are clear of those points which have been changed.
Good evening, Donegal Dad. How are you? I hope you are well. You join us in a bit of a multiplayer Railroads Online session with myself, Linny, Paul, and Adam.
Hello.
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 You should be able to follow me now, Adam.
I'm chasing you down very slowly. With quite a bit of wheel spin, surprisingly.
As long as you're, as long as you've got the caboose with you, all is good.
I can't see it. Oh, I can now see the caboose. It keeps appearing and disappearing. So it's right on the limit of my view range.
Mm-hmm. Right, your points are set for you to go up the roller coaster.
Oh, joy. Gotta take it slowly.
I will ride in the caboose and let you know if it breaks.
Right. Suppose that's more the issue with this loco rather than derailing. Is it powerful enough to pull things apart?
It really is.
So what bit of track have you relayed, Linny?
Just the siding into the point work into the cordwood siding had a bit of a kink in it, and it kept breaking couplings.
Yeah, no, that was my fault. I relayed that side in because it was slightly too far away.
Yeah.
So that's my fault.
Yeah.
But it was only breaking them when we only had two wagons. When we had three
It's
or more.
because the Heisler has a little bit more overhang than the wagons.
Oh, so we were closer to the kink with it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Doing well, busy gluing my fingers together while building Metcalf kits. I mean, that is the best way to build Metcalf kits. If you don't glue your fingers together, you're not doing it properly.
Gary, can we name one of our wagons Scruffy? Or the next wagon that the coupling breaks on, can we just call it Scruffy?
If you want. I'm not sure we can pull it apart, though.
Speaking of which, Train's broken.
Oh,
No, with
great.
that attitude, it isn't.
Right, brakes are on. Oh, I see. Yeah. I'll back up.
You need a really gentle hand on the regulator.
It was
Uh,
it was at 8%.
Don't back up too much because everything's all over the place here.
Oh, right. I said I was only at 8% on the regulator.
It's any sudden changes upset things as well.
I hadn't touched it.
No.
I guess it was going round a corner was all it needed.
Guess we're going at 5%.
Yeah.
So we are now heading down a long straight to the freight depot. We are nearly there, ready to unload our goods and finally get paid for all this work we've been doing.
I get paid.
Only if you unload wagons.
I've unloaded.
And you only get paid in virtual currency.
No. I've unloaded the wagons.
Unfortunately, my 531 subscriber channel isn't quite making enough money to pay people for guesting on it.
Tell me when you want me to back up further, Linny.
Will do, it'll take a while though.
Or tell me if you want me to move forwards and get out of your way.
Well, if you can't rip it in two, just throw it down a ravine. I mean, that's a good point. We could name a wagon Scruffy and throw it down a ravine. That is perfectly possible.
Because there's about 5 wagons off here, so
Oh, great.
So the Heisler's good fun going up the roller coaster,
It isn't when
is
it
it?
breaks the couplings.
we didn't even get it as far as the roller coaster. It's still on the stone wall.
Oh. I am jumping
I
off
think
my
it
engine and
just
running ahead
shows
again
how
to
overpowered it
checkpoints.
Come again?
I was just letting everyone know I'm jumping off to checkpoints again. Before people question why I'm running away.
Yeah, it looks like you should ease this corner a bit. Get the permanent way team in.
Yeah, I'm on it.
It's a good job you've got the permanent way team with you, isn't it?
Well, the problem being all of the wagons are on top of the permanent way at the moment.
Nah.
Oh, that's a silly place to keep them. Why would you put them there?
And the permanent way gang has got stuck inside a wagon, so would you mind giving it a bump, please?
Well, giving the wagon a bump. I could try. I mean, I'll just derail more stuff, but sure.
Well, I can't move while I'm here, so
Will I just... Okay.
Yeah,
It
once
looks
you get a
decent
wagon on top of you, that's it, you're stuck. So, this is the freight depot for people on stream who haven't seen it before, with my main loco facilities that I built, and they're awesome because I built them.
much better than the ones at the logging camp, which Linny built.
They're much
I have
better
to
than the
admit-
ones at the smelter that I built. But I need to expand the ones at the smelter. I only put 2 roads there, and I frequently leave 3 engines there.
Keep going.
But yeah,
Keep
I
going.
am rather happy with the loco facilities here.
Keep going.
They are quite lovely.
And I'm free.
Car.
Please apply your brakes.
I nearly accidentally
Break
pressed
her arm.
make user a moderator instead of hide user on this channel for that bot there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh no.
Please give us a little bump and then apply your brakes.
In reverse, yes.
Yes.
Is that all you need?
For the moment, yeah.
If I keep it
Yeah,
moving
no, that's
slowly,
fine.
Paul, you should be able to
Right.
unload as it goes past.
Yeah.
Do you want me to back up again?
Yes, please. I didn't get any bump there, so.
Because I didn't hear you say go. I heard a
Oh,
noise, but
yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
I think another wagon might have. Oh, that's me pushing it downhill. I thought a wagon's come off.
Nope. Right, you've now got. If you pull forward a little bit, you've got. In fact, no. If you just give the train, you've got a little bump.
Backwards again.
Yeah. But don't apply your brakes this time.
Oh, so keep pushing it slowly, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't very clear there.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to regulate a point where it'll move back slowly by itself, but there isn't one.
Yeah, but you are on an incline here, so. Nearly there. Quarter of a wagon. Clonk. Hopefully that's
Going or
everything if
not?
you apply your brakes and then try pulling forwards.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's not. One more. If you
Is that the
Right,
last
that's all the
wagon?
wagons.
Excellent.
Yeah.
head back up 360 plane says that should be it now if you try pulling forwards.
I'm going to back
Okay.
up to this firewood depot here and reload,
Gently pull
bunker.
forward, please.
because this
We seem to have
firewood
a nice.
this firewood depot only still exists because it has firewood in it. Because this is the
I'm pulling
firewood
it
depot
away
from
very gently.
before I built that.
Perfect.
Needs a bit more to get going.
No, you're just picking up each wagon one at a time, that's fine. Nice and gentle. And you've got all the wagons now.
Good.
So just keep it at that regulator setting for now.
This is the regulator setting it fell off at, but it's 8%.
So the secret here,
Alright.
Paul, is you
We'll
don't
see.
want to take from the
Yeah.
same one each time.
Ah.
It will only refill if all of them have some missing.
Well, we're still going, so
Is that my bunker full already?
Yeah, I think that's full.
Typical.
Hmm.
Oh well, let's
Right.
refill the firebox then.
last two wagons going over that curve. I will. Right, we are now safely over that curve,
Little
which I will
celebratory whistle.
relay.
Oh.
You just keep going, and I'll
Okay.
catch up with you.
Yes. Catch up, or you'll find some wagons heading your way quickly when the train breaks apart.
Or that, yeah.
Following on from the discussion about the Hornby 2022 range, I think some generic bogie carriages would be a good idea. I think you're probably right there. Everything else that's being done, some generic bogie carriages would probably go down quite well.
It probably would go down quite well. With some generic early pre-grouping bogey carriages.
But yeah, so this is my new loco facilities I built with our 4 roads of engine shed.
That, or if they stuck with the small wagons, maybe a clerestory roof, something like that.
Yes, definitely. And a loco servicing road, including a turntable, which is definitely not totally irrelevant because we have a big reverse loop.
The train's broken, Linny.
Yep, I see that. I'm just hopping on now.
There's also Betty inside the shed.
Is Betsy in the shed still?
The train's running backwards.
Yes.
Where are you, Betsy? You should be
I'll
in
jump
this
out and
road
hit
if
the
you're
put a
where I
brake on.
left you. Yeah, Betsy! The greatest loco in the game by a long way.
Train stopped.
Great. It stopped, but I jumped down. So I've got to get back
Ah.
to the loco. I've got to get back to the loco
You
now.
just come to where the caboose is. Yeah, you see it.
I am.
But Betsy is the starter loco, and I love her very much. And she is why I want a Porter 040 for my layout.
Did anything derail?
Do you want me to try and take the Heisler up here, by the way?
Can do, yeah. I mean, I had no issue doing this with the Mogul in the past.
Yeah, the Heisler is just very overpowered. There's a derailed wagon here.
Yeah. The middle one came off.
Oh.
If you re-rail that, I'll back the Heisler down. I think that's the one that fell off earlier.
So, did you know it's 1:45?
Is it?
No.
There is only 1/4 of an hour of live streaming left.
Mm.
Have all you wonderful people in chat enjoyed me being a gaming live streamer for a night?
Ready for you to reverse.
I am backing up now.
It's been great to join you, actually. It's been really fun having several people all working together.
That's been very fun.
I have thoroughly enjoyed it, but I don't want to be a gaming live streamer full time. Or even on too regular a basis. I like my cutting up models. Although you'll be glad to know I am actually sat in the workshop at the workbench doing this. Because my microphone is permanently mounted in here, I can't take it out.
I'm ready to couple up as soon as we touch wagon. Coupled the first one. Keep it coming.
How are we going to water? Out of curiosity.
We've still got like 3/4 of a tank of water.
Alright then. Still plenty of water.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
And keep an eye on your fire as well when we couple up.
We've got 35%. Or 35 out of whatever it is.
It was a nice change. I have to get up for work in 5 hours, so I think I'd best go. Good night, all. Good night, Paderborn.
Coupled.
Thank you for
wait
coming.
while I go and take the brakes off.
Sorry?
Coupled, but wait while I go take some brakes off.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for coming, Paderborn. Good night. Sleep well. Don't work too hard.
Good night, Paderborn.
It's been fun. Excellent. Glad to hear it, Christopher. Was fun. I hope to improve a bit and join in someday. I spent a lot of the evenings making an N-scale city building flats for a friend. Fantastic, Andy. I would like to think that this is something that we can all do regularly without the streaming as well. Yeah, it would be nice to have big group sessions on here. Every week at least. If you ask me.
All brakes off. Do you want me to take over or do you want to
You
try?
can do, sure.
Okay, bear with me. I will come on up.
I'll go hang out well,
There's a caboose that's very comfy. I've just lit the fire for you.
yeah, but it was the third wagon that normally fell off, so I'll stay on this fourth one.
There we
And
go.
good evening, Lewis. How are you? You join us with 10 minutes left of playing some Railroads Online. First time I've been watching from almost start to the end. Lucky to have a day off tomorrow. Well, hey, I approve of day offs. I always have a day off on Monday, although tomorrow I am driving my van up to Hemel Hempstead and filling it with second-hand stock for the shop.
Hurrah.
Ooh, does that mean that the Discord server will get first view?
Provided there's actually stuff in there worth it. Yeah, I have no idea what we're getting. I don't know if any of it's even railway stuff.
Good grief, this Heisler is just accelerating up the roller coaster at 5% regulator with something like a 15 wagon train on it.
That's a bit
It's quite
mad.
the beaten engine.
Well, it's not broken yet.
%.
Right, I can still see the caboose.
Right, you want to head back to the caboose and keep an eye on things.
Sure.
So we are going to head this train back to the logging camp where it can be left. Which conveniently is also where we started with it. And then, provided we've got time, I'm going to do my best impression of Elon Musk.
So, Grant, we've done a full trip in 3 hours.
Pretty much, like, this game eats time, it really does.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Very easy to start playing it at like 3 in the afternoon and suddenly it's midnight.
No.
It'd be fun if they added weather, you could run some snow trains like the winter overlay. I believe weather and stuff is planned for the future. Obviously, it's still very early access at the moment.
Yes, seasons and weather, yes. And I believe a day-night cycle as well to make the headlights worth using.
And Javier asks who I'm doing an impression of. It's Elon Musk. He's like Elon Musk, but more environmentally friendly.
Oh, I assumed it was just someone went around cutting down all the trees.
No, one tree will take you all the way to the moon.
It's the game's physics and how strange they are.
He is the head of the Pine Valley Space Program. Passenger traffic is coming. There is a roadmap for passenger stock that they're adding.
It'd be quite nice to see
Is
that
the
tree.
passenger stuff just so they can justify having, well, I say justify, just so having the Eureka in it makes more sense?
Please apply the brakes because the back half of the train is broken away. Thank you. It was
Well, I
going
think
so
that-
nicely.
Yeah.
But I
Did you
think
get
they're
greedy and go
designing
for an 8%?
a whole new map.
Yeah, when they add
Say again?
passengers, they'll have to give us a new map because we've got no towns on this map. That's what we have. There's no passengers there. And we have on this run visited the smelter, the sawmill, the logging camp, the freight depot, and the iron ore mine. Best turn that off so I can see what I'm doing. As we come up to the crest of this hill.
You got this?
I will tell you
Oh, by
when
the
you're
way.
getting close, you're half a wagon away. Quarter about touching. I think this derailed this wagon. Maybe not. It has pushed it away before I could couple it though. So you've got to
Right,
go back
hang
a
on.
bit more. About half a wagon. Gently, and we're there, and we're coupled. I'll go release the brakes at the back.
Lovely, thank you.
It seems appropriate for the US at the time. Towns came after the industry. Well, yes, it does, doesn't it? So it will be nice if they do actually add in towns around all the industries.
Well, then you wouldn't need to ship people into the industries.
Okay, brakes are released. We're actually rolling backwards.
I'm not yet. That's just coupler slack.
Oh, okay. Yep, we've stopped rolling.
Good. I was waiting for that because otherwise I might jerk the couplings. Right. Nice, gentle start. Here we go.
Still not moving at my end.
Just starting to crawl up at my end.
Yeah, just moving here.
Good. Right. That implies I've got everything. Because it's jerks to the couplings that cause them to snap. Hopefully you should be accelerating a bit more now.
A little bit.
Which is obviously why I'm constantly snapping couplings.
Are you saying you're a jerk?
Yes. Right then, let's see if we can send some trees to space.
Getting quite a bit of rubber banding, and a wagon has fallen off.
Which wagon?
Oh, no.
Second
I'll
wagon.
I'll hit the brakes again then.
Oh, this is quite a dip here.
So what we do is we build a big bit of groundwork like this. And when the trees are inside your groundwork, they get really confused when you cut them down.
Ah.
These ones aren't being as fun.
You're not going to collect the dropped wagon, or have you already done that? Oh, it's already done.
No, I wasn't going to. I was going to get that later on.
Okay. Am I stuck down here now? Oh, damn it.
If you head in the direction of the rear end of the locomotive, the track actually comes down to about ground level. Go. Literally follow the direction that the back end of the locomotive is pointing.
Oh, there
That
it goes.
one went. There we go. Look, there's another one gone. There we go.
Okay.
Bit to your right.
The Pine
I see
Valley
that.
Space Program.
Um,
Ship people to town so from City Port something. Yes. Yes, Christopher. Those seeking work. Yeah, that's it. It's great, isn't it? Broken physics are the best physics.
They are the best physics. I just love all the detail in the ground cover. It's quite nice.
should this
I
wagon
think
have had its
this
brakes
loco
on at
is too
100%?
powerful for this job.
Since it broke here, this wagon's actually got its brakes on 100%. Should it have done? Stop. Sorry, it's not got any couplings on it yet. You might need to go forwards a little. That's just...
There we go. All the way
you
to
can
the
back
moon.
up a little bit now. About half a wagon. Gently, bit further. Gently, stop. And we are coupled.
Clearly, the tree physics are one of the best things in this game.
I think we need another climax.
So monkey.
Right. That is that, and it is actually midnight now, so it is time to say good night to YouTube.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night.
Good night, YouTube.
It's a great log launch. It's great. It is, isn't it? I love it. That just
Elon Musk.
Just had to make sure the thing I bought, the CP, came out well, without any adjustments. Well, great time to come back, just as we're saying goodnight. Better than Kerbal, obviously. It's like good night. So, yes, thank you for coming, everyone. It's been absolutely fantastic having you here, as always. Get ready for lag as I switch out players. So, yes, thank you for coming. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. Please do leave me feedback on whether you liked seeing me as a gaming YouTuber or not, because whilst it's not something I'm going to do regularly, I may do it again in the future if you have all enjoyed it. In the meantime, I've been Gary. They have been Linny, Paul and Adam. There,
Well
I can use English, honest.
Mm.
This has been Gary Does Gaming. Thanks for watching, and good night.